how high do you reckon flyers go? Because obviously you get like seagulls.
Not as high as what I get.
Welcome to All the Stuff in Trouble Queensland.
Rum king, you know.
Is that the Barbados?
Shit, Barbados, right.
Can I smell it?
Oh, you recording?
Can I smell it?
You did it already? Yeah, you're sorry.
Yeah,
What
yeah, I
was
just want to sniff of it, see if the rum
Who's sniffing what?
smells nice.
I don't even want to smell it. I feel like
Hang
I'll
on,
throw up.
let me just tell it.
What flavours is it?
Hear me now, yeah, I don't even know.
What's it got? Flavours in it?
Nice.
Fuck that.
It smells nice, but I fucking hate rum. I've been put off since like
I'd
Southern
rather-
Comfort days. Southern Comfort isn't a real rum, but I've been put off.
Wait, I thought Southern Comfort was a whiskey.
Whiskey.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Southern Comfort's whiskey, I'm sure it is.
of course it is.
Jamie, check that shit.
I'm on it.
Is Southern Comfort a rum?
No, it's
Or
a
a
whiskey.
I'm sure it's a whiskey.
Well, either way.
Surely
I mean,
it's a whiskey.
it smells the same as a Mount Gay.
Doesn't all spirits smell the same, no?
Nah, vodka smells
It's,
like.
it's a
Teen
Southern
Spirit.
Comfort is a unique spiced American whiskey flavoured liqueur.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I like
whiskey.
whiskey, but I don't like Southern Comfort, and it reminds me of rum.
Well,
Who can guess when Southern Comfort was first invented?
Oh,
oh,
it's
what's
a whiskey.
when it was invented?
Yeah.
Has it not got the number on it?
No, that's Cronenberg, 1664.
No.
Well, distillery.
What am I
whiskey,
thinking of?
if you
Dunno.
think whiskey's been around since
Lang.
Wait, hold on. What are we talking about?
whiskey.
Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort. I might be thinking of Jack Daniels instead.
That
Jack
doesn't
Either
matter.
way,
Daniels
if you
Jack
think-
Daniels got the year on it, has it not?
That's not got like 1907.
Dunno,
1907, Jack Daniels.
yeah. When was
Is
the
that when
Whiskey
it is?
Boys? We done this on Browsing History.
Yeah, I know the answer because I'm looking at it.
I'm going to say Southern Comfort was distilled on its
No,
first.
Jack Daniels has old number 7 written on it. That's what.
Oh, that's what that is. Yeah.
Dave had that on his notepad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't a year. Oh, unless it was 7 BC.
All right,
7
Southern
AD.
Comfort. What are you saying?
Well, whiskey was probably first produced, I'm going to hazard a guess, the 15th century. So let's say 1457.
Right.
Ooh. 1784.
All right, you're closer just because it's American history. You're dumb as fuck. America wasn't even a thing. 14, whatever. And it's an American whiskey, and you're like 14 something.
I think we learned from the first podcast that I wasn't that clued up on American history.
No, it was 1874.
I thought
Oh.
that shootings was a woman.
And oh yeah, and
What was her name?
What was he talking about?
The shootings, the biggest pop.
Oh yeah, Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook. You were like, who's she? I was like, bro,
Is that the transvestite that just shut up that school in there?
who is she?
Who is she?
Who is she?
Jack
She's
Daniels. Jack Daniels was 1875.
1875.
And when was Southern Comfort?
1874.
Oh, so Southern Comfort come first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
baby.
Jack Daniels is a full-on American whiskey. Do you know the difference between Scottish whiskey, Scotch, and American whiskey?
One's
Isn't
American,
it the
one's
type
Scottish.
of wood and
The E. Genuinely.
Is that it?
I went to a paraplegic strip club the other day. Place was crawling with pussy.
And you still didn't pull.
No, I dragged.
You have to put like a chain. You have to like lead them.
Shall we lay some ground rules for this one? Are you going to let us talk this time?
Yeah, that's to you. By
Pass
the
me
way.
the talking ball. Right. I apologise for last time when I was just also.
It makes you
Also.
really self-aware, doesn't it?
Well, when I listened to it back, I was like, fuck. I need to listen rather than get excited and just talk. So this time,
You're going to listen. You're going to let other people talk. You can answer.
yes.
If it's
It's yes or no game.
He's like one of these guys, and he's like the fucking
the plaques.
little plaques up.
Yeah.
Say, speak now, clap, applaud.
No,
Applaud.
I think the talking stick or the talking ball was the one we needed.
Yeah,
But
well,
I feel like we can't capture it.
Can't catch it twice. Or is
AIDS.
that AIDS?
You can't catch AIDS
You know.
twice.
and if life gives you AIDS, you give it lemonades.
I had hearing aids once. Oh, fuck, I messed that one up.
There's someone coming your
I got
ear.
fucked in the ear. Then I got hearing aids.
Yeah, no,
That would've been
you
good.
fucking you caused me a lot of issues on the edit last time.
The last podcast, which was us three plus one, who can't be here tonight,
He should not be named.
Volder Nick.
What did you say at the end there?
Nick.
Alright.
Volder Nick.
Nicky blew us out tonight.
Working. I got to work uptown.
Gutted.
Yeah, and then also like when you're telling a story about your friends, don't mention their name.
Ever.
Well, no, like they haven't consented to having their shit spread out. I mean, we're fucking global now, boy.
Man, I'm not giving their fucking email addresses.
All their address. No, you're just telling stories about.
No, but like, if we tag you in a post and then they go onto yours and they're like looking for a friend of a certain name, they can just go onto your followers and go, "Oh, what's that guy's name? Bosh," and then all of a sudden you've got
Mate, there aren't many that I know.
yeah, and Nick is one of them.
That's actually the name of Elon Musk's son.
Yeah, I know. That's how I try to look.
Yeah, how are you supposed to say that?
A equals mc squared minus 2 and the power of 4.
Sounds like a nerd.
We have to read the email. Siobhan.
Nickname.
Yeah, we shorten it to Dave.
So who's got notes today?
No one's got notes.
I've got no notes.
We don't do notes. Kieran done notes Monday.
I have a topic though.
Go
Go
on.
on.
Bog brushes.
Okay.
Go on.
In my flat, I have
3.
3 bog brushes.
Have you actually got 3?
No.
Good guess.
I named them.
Go on.
I
What's
have
their
one,
names?
which is just a brush, like a proper brush that you just.
Look, he's on it already, smacking them.
Your hairbrush.
Oh, I'm exaggerating my hands. Where you brush the toilet with the brush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through a wee in yours, and you got one of the scrapers. Now, I can't imagine anything worse than have the scrape and look at what you're scraping.
Wait, is it a scraper?
It is a scraper. It's like one of them duck things. You go, you have to like prise it off the pan and then flick it into the bowl.
That's what I used to cook my bacon.
But it
Yeah, why
tastes
did you
like
grab the
shit.
frying pan? No,
I don't know. I never use it.
I can see.
It's pristine. We change it every time.
I thought that was a communal toothbrush.
Right. In Dave's, he had a brush.
Yeah.
In my mum's, she had a brush. What did you have in your house? A brush or a scraper?
Brush.
We got
I've never
upstairs.
even seen this scraper. What are you on
What are you
about?
on about? It's
It's
just.
in a downstairs
It's a
toilet.
silicon. It's like a brush.
Are you
but it's
using
just
the right
silicone.
bit? Is it coming out of his holder? You're not just scraping the shit on the
You're
holder.
using
and
your
putting it back on
hands.
the floor.
I didn't pull it out. Like, I didn't put it out. I didn't see what the end of it, but I
It's probably
imagined.
just sitting in a holder.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's still
sitting
a
in a
brush.
holder. It's
Yeah,
still
it's
a
a holder,
brush.
but I just imagine it was in like.
No, it's still.
them
It's
ducks.
What do
still
you
got
think
like.
they do? Just pick it the whole thing up and then just scrape the shit off and then put it back on the floor?
Well, I thought you use it for like paint scraping and
How posh do you
Multi-tool.
think we are? Multi-tool.
very posh.
That would be a really good teleshopping advert. I was like, have you ever wanted to scrape the paint off your walls and then clear the shit from your toilet?
Listen to me on telly.
Well, buy a Scrape It. $19.99.
Scrape it, bop it.
Scrape it.
Do you ever get in like late at night from like the pub or whatever?
All the time.
And you whack your TV on and you see what's on the
Porn
channels,
channels.
and you
what?
see telly shopping. You go, what have they got?
Yes. I love it.
And you whack it on, and it's like, you could have this double airbed.
Why'd
You're like,
you-
I need an airbed. Obviously, need an airbed. It won't fit my flat. Like, I won't get it where my coffee dining table. It's a multi table.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, just in case people come over. The
No
last
one
3 years on
ever
the flat.
visits you.
Sorry,
No one ever visits you.
that's what I mean. And I'm like, I need an airbed. Just if I want a treat. Like, know when you're a kid and you go camping in the garden.
You go and sleep in the living room.
I
every
can
night.
sleep in the living room like a bad human being.
Why don't you sleep
Nice.
out on the balcony? That's proper camping. Get a tent.
Oh, I could sleep in the balcony. I'll get an airbed. No, this double bed, mate. Telly shopping. Double air mattress. Don't do singles anymore. I'm like, no.
Kieran's got an addiction to telly shopping.
I love it.
What have you bought?
Why do you think he sleeps
No, I
in
have
my
not
spare
bought
bedroom?
anything, but I just love it.
What's the most weirdest thing?
I just love all the names of the products. They're like,
They're so exaggerated, aren't they?
it's just, it'd be like the stupidest thing. It's like, have you ever wanted to make twirly sweet potato fries?
No.
And you're like, no,
I do
but now I do. Okay. Keep talking. All right. And it's just like, Well, now you can with the with the sweet potato twirly fry maker, and you're like, that was really inventive.
Only $34.95 in free payments.
It's $49.99, but for you today, it's $19.99. That's right, $19.99. They're going fast. Zoom, zoom, like some shitty animations.
People frying like, look what I can do.
Wow, I've always wanted to make twirly fries.
Not just any twirly fries, sweet potato twirly fries.
It's a
You
real
heard of
mouthful.
the normal potato twirly fry?
It's actually a real tongue twister, isn't it?
Do you wish you thought of a different product?
Yeah, I really wish. I'm trying to think of another product that I can swap that out with. One that's easier to say.
Like an air fryer. It's like everyone gets the ninjas now. Like, right, I've got Ninja, costs £200.
Bro,
Tele
you can
shopping.
buy ninjas.
I haven't got an air
That's
fryer.
sick.
I don't cook.
Oh.
I did.
I thought you were talking about ninjas. Like
Yeah, I was
Japanese
like,
dudes
I
coming
thought he
in.
was coming in with a throwing
He
stars
comes
and
in.
shit. The thing is, I never know when he's coming in because he's a fucking ninja.
Next thing I know, my meal's cooked.
I'm just in bed minding my own business and then boom, star next to my head. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sweet potato curly fries.
Yeah, I
I'm
got
not
that
hungry
ninja.
anymore.
I got that ninja off of teleshopping as well.
Have you bought anything for teleshopping, Ross?
I don't think so. Didn't your mum used to buy stuff off Daily Shopping?
Mate, Bid Up TV. Oh no,
Oh yeah, bid down. Was it priced down?
no.
or
So
something?
Bid Up TV was the oracle, and then obviously I reckon there's like two owners, like Audi and Lidl, and they just like fell out. And he had Bid Up TV, and he went, "I'm going on my own," and the other went, "Right, Bid Up. We did a new name, Price Drop TV. Right, got it. Price Drop TV. Oh my god!"
And it was like bid the latest you possibly could for the lowest price.
Yeah, and
if
it was
I
like
remember rightly.
it was like the units
Wait,
Oh,
are going
what?
down.
How does that work?
Yeah, so it'd be like, I don't know, say something was like 40 quid. And then
$40.99.
and it'd have like a timer on it. It was like an hour or whatever it was. And
Right.
they'd be selling this product for an hour. And it was like...
What, at 40 quid?
No, like,
You could
the
have
price would just keep dropping. Just keep dropping, just keep dropping, just keep dropping.
So, right.
And if you waited till like, the very end, you could get this thing that was like, how much was it?
£40, $40.99.
$40.99.
You could get it for like £1.99.
£1.99.
There's
You
only
had to
12
bid,
left.
like the last minute to get it.
What do you mean bits? There's only one winner.
But I think you had to... No, because I...
No,
what
they
was
had a
it?
quantity.
Yeah, was there like, they had to sell a certain amount. If they sold a certain amount, I think everyone got it at the lowest price. Was that right?
Yeah, it's like supply and demand. So if you've got 500 of them, I reckon they made up their numbers. So like we got 500 of these at
$40.99.
But if you buy two, you get it at.
Nah.
My maths don't work.
If you buy two, you get it at $40.99.
If you buy three, you get it at.
$40.99.
If you buy 240, you get it at.
That's a restraining order because
No
that's
one
too
needs-
much. No one needs
No
that
one needs
many.
that many Hoovers.
Mate, Hoovers were the one when
Yeah.
they used to make that like makeshift like tile carpet they had. They went, look at a Hoover this shit up. You're like,
Yeah,
they-
Hoover's a whole
They would
fucking
literally,
carpet.
they'd pour some dirt on the floor, not even stand on it, and they'd be like, "Look how effortlessly this Hoover picks up dirt." Go on, and you're like, "Wow."
And then you get it, and it picks up fuck all.
Yeah.
I've never ordered the Hoover.
Why not? I ordered 240 of them one night.
My Dyson, I just go round the flat. I'm like,
You got,
I make the noises. It doesn't work.
One of them toy ones.
Do you know they're making toy Dysons that actually work?
Sid's
that's
got
good.
one.
Like, the one that actually hoovers.
Yeah.
That's good until like they start hoovering up shit they're not supposed to hoover
Yeah.
up.
Dad, the TV
Where's the hamster gone?
in my ass.
That's the gerbils. They're better.
That's felching.
They're better
Do you ever
for
hear the felching story? You know when
No.
we were when we were younger, and they used to before when you send videos to friends, you used to send like recordings, and it's through like infrared or Bluetooth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
infrared. That used to take
Infrared.
forever, didn't it?
Yeah, it's it. Sony Ericsson like.
And if you moved the phone by like a couple of centimetres, it stopped the fucking transfer.
But there was that story going around where it was like felching had become a thing, and we had a guy at work. You know, he is long beard, long hair, cut it off.
Yeah.
He showed me this video or this recording, and it was basically a felching story. And I was like 17. He goes, "You had a felching?" I said, "No. What's that?" So he played me the story, and basically felching is, in a normal form, is if you was to come inside someone's ass, you would then lick or suck the
With a straw?
with a straw. You place a straw inside the
Metal
Just a straw,
straws.
can you get inventive? You could use a bit of
Metal
content.
straws
well,
only
you can
though.
smash a wine bottle open and then suck at the end of it, like whichever you want to go in, glass end first or cap end first, whichever way. It depends how you
Could you light it and inhale the gases?
Who are you lighting on? What? You're lighting cum.
You want
Yep.
to light
Is your
the
cum
gases.
flammable?
Yep.
That's fucking sick. You got like a built-in flamethrower. If you just get lighted down there and then
Do you remember our friend who used to light his farts? He's
That was the
probably
best.
listening as well.
I hope he is. Them days were the one. He'd come down from his country.
light a couple of
That
farts
wasn't
and then
England.
fuck off.
We recorded the GDPR thing, didn't we? So we can't mention names.
Yeah.
Right. He used to come down from space, and he was friends
Was
with
it fucking E.T.?
E.T. Touch Felcher. E.T. Touch. Oh, anyway.
E.T. touched me.
I remember like when he first come down, we was like, oh, he's funny. As kids, we're like, anything's funny, but we go with it. And we love our drunken parents and our drunken parents not friends because GDPR. Come down, he'd be like, hey. He's from space.
That's the accent of Moon.
From Moon.
Hey, I got a party trick for you. Right,
Now
you
where
got?
the fuck's he from?
India.
Right, I got a party trick. Oh, what the fuck? Right, anyway. Right, you tell the story.
No, you tell it. It's quite entertaining.
He come down from India, space, moon. NASA invented him. Right.
Nice.
He come from Area 51. Ross.
Was he a giant?
He was. And we would just sit there in awe whilst he laid on his back.
What, or the town by Faversham, or
Oh, yeah. Or the village.
or
Or the village by Faversham. We'd all go down there. It was like Guy Fawkes night, right? So we go down there for fireworks night. And instead of lighting a guy for Guy Fawkes night,
The guy lit something.
our man laid down on his back. What's going on? We've come to a fireworks display. And there's nothing here. He would lie down on his back.
put his legs behind his head, suck himself off.
And that is self-fellatio. And you can get that yourself
For
on-
$40.99.
And he'd wait there, bubbling or brewing this lovely.
It's like a whiskey distillery, like we've discussed earlier.
Yeah. In 18, what was it?
74.
He would sit there, pour something in his mouth, distill it in his stomach, and then let out the gases.
And we just sat there waiting for like 3 hours.
We drank it afterwards, which was fucking lovely.
Proper
Well, you
gas
were doing it for
chamber.
a straw. You had
Yeah.
the fumes coming on.
You're doing gas chambers with farts.
I feel like we're not going to get the humour from the actual event anymore because we've gone off on tangent.
Okay, well, the funniest thing I remember was we were sitting in a noodle bar in Gillingham
Taiwan,
on the big
mate.
on the big long benches, and I'm sure one day he was wearing white jeans, but anyway, he said, "Here, watch this." Lifted one cheek, set the lighter up next to his ass, let one rip, and it fucking almost took my eyebrows off. It went straight along the fucking bench, and it left like a black mark on his fucking white jeans.
That's a brown mark.
Well,
And also, I had a brown mark on my jeans.
I was about to complain about my undercooked chicken, then I was like, oh, never mind.
overcooked now.
No, it was char grilled. Nice.
Fart grilled.
Shark grilled.
But yeah, I'd never seen anyone like their farts before.
What else did he do? Ah, he done rackers in a band. That was fucking lovely.
Triangle. What was that look?
No, I just looked to make sure it was recording properly, and then you guys just stopped talking, so I turned back like, what the fuck? What's going on?
We thought Kieran was coming in with the
Something.
burp away and then come back with a full-on sentence.
No, I was just making sure that it was recording alright, and then you guys stopped. It's alright, you don't need me, it's alright.
Yeah, we do need you.
Carry on.
That's why I can't do any on my own. Right.
I've been told to be quiet, so...
No. You just chime in whenever.
Alright. So we've had GDPR Tony. He's on Instagram, it's fine.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something about you talking last time. Yeah, the edit took
It's
me
just
like...
going to rinse you for an hour and a half.
Sorry, yeah,
That's fine.
the edit took me. So we spoke for about, just under 4 hours.
I think it was 3 hours and 47 minutes.
Yeah.
And we left there, like, going, we can't produce
We can't use
anything from this. Solely because we were just waffling on. I was butting in left, right, and centre. Nikki said 2 words. It was lovely. Sorry, our brother. So, no, he was good as gold, bless him. R.I.P.
Yeah. It's a shame
And
we
then-
had to remove him.
Remove him from the group. And what?
What?
Original bros who?
What?
And yeah, and so I spent 13 hours editing that, cutting out all your shit. We lost so much content.
I also remember I drank 2 bottles of wine that night, and I'm now only a glass deep, so...
Well, you best.
Wait, but how many glasses of wine did you have earlier?
2?
2 bottles or 2?
So this, like,
And
so
3
we
pints?
were talking about having an intervention before. How's that going?
Honestly, I've cut down once a day now.
You cut down once a
Constantly?
day.
Was that
constant-
a 1 bottle a day now?
No, constantly.
That's
So it's
alright.
like I only drink once a day.
Just
Constantly.
solidly for.
I mean, you can't get hungover.
You just
if can't see
waterfall it.
Just, I've got a drip into my anal cavity, and Ross
like
is going to filch it out.
Wow. With
Yeah,
a
we never
metal
got round to
straw.
the end of the
And to
function.
be honest, I don't want to sell a product, but you can get this.
For $40.99.
I reckon we should sell this for.
$40.99. There's a price drop. It's $39.99.
I love that on Black fucking Friday. That's coming up soon, isn't
Black
it?
fucking
Is it
Friday.
today?
Hang on. Is there a comma in there? Like Black fucking Friday.
Yeah, Black fucking Friday.
So yeah, I don't ask.
It's like it's like something's like 70 quid, and then it stays at 70 quid, and then on Black Friday it turns up at 70 quid, but it's got a thing above it that says like was £90, and it's
No,
just
no,
got a
it
big
wasn't.
line through it, and you're like, when was it ever £90?
No, but technically they could put the price to £90 for 3 seconds and then cross it out
Yeah.
at 70 and be like, see?
That's what they do. They literally open the store and go, it was £90 this morning, it's now 70. And you're like, you think
I
you're
love
getting a
watching
deal.
the videos of people like scrapping
Oh,
over like a
it's
banana.
fucking- yeah, it's good. America's mental for it.
It's-
It's like
oh.
come over here now as well.
Well, it's over here now because it's like Black Friday starts on a Thursday, 3 weeks before.
but- yeah,
Okay.
it's Black Friday.
Yeah, I
month.
swear Black Friday
You can get
happens.
everything for
$40.99. Price has gone back up.
Oh, I really fancy a 47-inch TV. How much is it?
Not that much. That's
It's a
ridiculous.
lot more than that.
$140.99.
Teleshopping's not that good, bro. Come on.
I only ever see them do like airbeds and hoovers and air fryers. Like I've not seen anything obscure. I want them to sell something obscure.
It's always
Something
a cleaning.
you actually need.
It's always a cleaning products that just look like they'd be great, but they're just going to be awful.
Yeah, it's very misogynistic.
You know, it's
as
just
well,
like
isn't it?
it's like a
very
grout
aimed,
cleaner.
It's aimed at women, isn't it? It's like buy this, keep your husband happy. For
I don't think it ever says that.
oh,
I don't-
okay. That's how I read it anyway.
Buy this, keep your husband happy. It's a Dildo 2000, and you can get 240 of these for
He's not doing it anymore.
£8. Kieran's going to sleep again,
No,
like
no.
he did in the last podcast and the podcast before that.
And the one before that. I think I was right. The one before that.
No, we decided to do this one late tonight, and that was just because we decided to.
Because we went to the pub.
We went to the pub.
Well, this wasn't even on the cards.
No, this is an
Obtuse.
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 That's the
What
name.
was the word
That's
you
not
used?
obtuse. That was.
Hey, are you an angle? Because you're a cute.
All right.
That was disgusting.
Are you an angle? Because you're obtuse, and I'm dyslexic. It's obese. It's obese.
You're a fat cunt. That's what I'm trying to say.
So what's been happening? You just been on holiday?
Yes, I went on Uno trip.
Where'd you go?
Morocco.
Fucking hate the sound of them things.
To be honest, right, Morocco has a population. Morocco has. You hate the sounds of Moroccans?
Yes. They're always like hummus.
Chickpea! I thought I turned Chinese.
Where is my goat?
Mate, we were walking down from the hotel to the to like the local village.
Did you fuck a goat?
And well, there was 2 sexy ones, and they ran away, and I was like, right, I'm not gonna fuck any of the other ones. They're ugly. Like, you know when you see a sexy goat and you understand.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
You understand. You go, you know, I can see why, because the little tails pop. They're tiny little tails, like you know, like sheep tails, like tiny little, and you can just about see
The goal.
the little chocolate starfish, right? And you go, I get it.
And you just
I
you look at it like, I
understand.
want to count the wrinkles on that chocolate stuff.
You can't get them pregnant.
I want to feel the wrinkles.
Oh.
If you count the wrinkles, you can see how old they are.
Wow.
2 in. No, we were walking down. We saw these goats. I was like, fucking hell, they're so sexy. They are so sexy. But I didn't fancy them. I just thought, you know what, I'll let it pass. They're probably male. Not for me. They're
I'm not
female.
gay.
I'm not goat. Yeah. Where are we going with goats?
I don't know. You were talking about fucking a goat in Morocco, and then.
No, sorry. What I was getting at was that so the human population in Morocco is 38 million, right? 38 million people. And whilst I was there, or we were there, we understood that the fly population in Morocco is 38 billion. So you have like so many
Were they
flies.
flies or mosquitoes?
I have a question.
They were flies.
Kind of relevant, kind of not. How do they work out the population of like flies?
Everyone fills that consensus form.
Also,
Have they all got their own like national insurance number?
Yeah.
also,
yeah.
do you not think
And if they don't fill it out, they get fined.
What's the fine for a fly?
No poo for a week.
like they're gonna shit? They're gonna shit on your skin.
No, they're not allowed to eat shit for a week.
Oh, I thought they went. What? So they're gonna poo anyway then?
They'll poo, but no one's allowed to eat it.
I hate flies.
Yeah, flies can suck a dick.
They're so dumb.
Yeah,
They're-
fucking
they're-
hell,
you
You
what
know,
are
they come
useful
in like a
for?
giant ass opening in a window, and then they're like, "Nah, I don't like it." And then they turn around, they're like, "Oh my god, how do I get out? I can't get out, guys, I'm stuck." You like just go through the big hole. That guys.
We got on the plane, and there was a fly on the plane, and we went, "This guy don't know where the fuck he's going."
You
Like
ain't got a passport either.
he's got into Morocco and went, "Mum."
And that's the
And they were
illegal.
speaking a different fly language.
And that is why we should build that wall.
Build that net. Build that net. Like how high do you reckon flies go? Because obviously you get like seagulls.
Not as high as what I get.
You get like seagulls fly, and you think, "What's your attitude? Like, where do you go? Like, how high do you go?" And like above that, it's probably bald eagles, like up here going.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there like, is there a limit?
Do you reckon they get up? They go, "Can't breathe up there. Fucking it."
Do they get a nosebleed?
I don't know.
Or they get frozen.
Can their little wings like make it work up there?
Don't
Or
know.
is it
Do
like
you reckon they get knackered?
Yeah.
No. Or
But
do you reckon
us-
it's...
If we went for a run, like if I go for a run, I'm not knackered after like 500 meters. Like you see birds go.
No,
off.
birds just wake up one morning and go, "I'm going to Africa," and
Yeah.
they just fuck off, and you're
Yeah,
like,
like-
"All right."
Winter comes and they just fuck off to the other side of the world. They don't stop the whole way.
Yeah, like, there's no service stations where they can get a little McDonald's, little
Let's stop
Costa.
at Greg's and get a sausage roll.
Yeah, get a little Costa to keep them going. And that. No,
what
none
did
of that.
what did Dave use to feed Muriel? That cuttlefish. They used to like nom on that weird plastic fish that you used to get in the bird cages.
Wait, the what?
Now like a weird fish, like a white, so like a white thing. They used to hang on a peg in the bird cage, and then you have Muriel.
Colonel
go,
Gaddafi.
Are you serious?
That'd be funny if it was the right country.
Yeah,
I know.
You're taking Libya to... I tried. It didn't work.
Close enough. It's the same area as Morocco.
Like I said,
Sorry,
carry on about your story.
hanging white shit.
I want to hear about your holiday in Morocco.
it was lovely. Other than the flies, like I say, there was like 38 billion flies for every human.
Yeah.
We were sitting there, sunbathing. Can't catch the sun because you're covered in flies. I felt like an Oxfam advert.
Did Lenny Henry come up to you and Was he asking for donation?
He'd done a GoFundMe, and I was like, mate, all I want is some fly spray, mate.
Is it because
I
of your
need
pot
2
belly?
bags.
Yeah.
I need to be careful where we're going with this. I said Nick earlier, and you got worried. Other than that, probably the best food I've ever eaten. It was chicken fly masala, and it was beautiful. Chicken fly masala. It was like chicken tikka masala, but it was just covered in flies.
Did you
The
get
extra
ill?
crunch.
No. Apparently, my immune system, after our upbringing, is immune to anything that I want to eat. They're microwave meals from Iceland that we kept in the freezer for 6 months.
There's a pie in the fridge.
Give me an asbestos stomach.
It's because you're fully vaccinated. That's why you're safe.
No, I had 2 vaccines, and I apologise for that, Ross. I wish I didn't. Here I am, surviving. I changed my profile picture to survive in the pandemic.
Yeah, probably changed to a Ukrainian flag as well.
No, we
it's
don't
now
care about
Palestine-
Ukraine
Oh yeah,
anymore,
no,
bro.
Ukraine's out. Sorry,
We
Israel.
don't care about Ukraine. No one talks about Ukraine anymore.
No, it's gone. It's over.
Everyone was
Scott
getting-
doesn't even know what we're talking
It's because,
about.
do you know
Look
what
at
it
his
was?
face.
It's because they ran out of yellow and blue paint. Someone went to the works and they were like, boys, shit, we've got black, red, green, white. Palestine, yeah, no, alright, cool, sweet, Palestine, let's just jump on that one.
Surprised I got any orange paint there if it would have fucking just stopped oil.
I fucking hate
That's
those
not
guys.
paint. That is lovely stuff that can be wiped off. Fuck off. Like, imagine being that human being. Like, imagine going, you know what, today, I'm going to get a breakfast, sit there with his avocado on toast, wax his backpack on, wax his oil, like orange paint, and says, I'm going to
get in my car that runs off of petrol and drive to central London, and then I'm going to protest about people using petrol cars.
Yeah. And fuck everyone's day up.
And I'm going to glue my hands to the road.
While everyone sits there
Also-
with their engines running,
Hang on.
polluting the air.
What glue do they use? Because that is fucking mental.
I don't think it's as strong as they think. I think it's all a fucking...
You can kick that hand off, surely.
Yeah,
like, you know, like electrics,
Have you-
when they say, you get a shock,
You're stuck to it.
kick the guy off of it.
Yeah.
Bosh. That glue is not stronger than a belt through your fucking
That
body.
glue is not stronger than skin.
Mate, it's a pretty...
So just rip their fucking hands off.
No,
and
did
leave
you not
their-
see the video? I think it was in Germany.
Yeah, they rip his hand
The
off
guy,
of it.
like, he's like,
They
glued it,
cut
and
the tarmac off.
the guy just literally grabs him and yanks him, and his
I
hand
would-
like rips, and he's
I
just
would-
like, ah!
I would love his hand to just stay there.
Yeah, just like a bone sticking.
And you go, the fuck is that? I would hang everything up with that glue.
You know the scene.
Everything.
You know the scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where his hands like moving,
Moving
on
about.
its own. It's just like that, just crawling along the road.
Was that your top 10 film?
No, it wasn't. But
Was that Ross's?
Oh, what's your top 10 films then?
My top 10 films. Number 1, Snatch. Any Guy Ritchie
Oh,
film, to be
yeah.
honest. Lock, Stock, number 2.
Kieran refused to watch Snatch for about 10 years.
yeah, because do you know how much it wound this cunt up?
I was
Every
like,
time he's like, "You watch
Also,
that
you-
shit?" I
the
was like,
first
"No."
question, I was like, oh, have you seen Snatch? Nah. You should watch it. It's a good film. And then he just refused to watch it for 10
No,
years.
I didn't refuse to watch it. I didn't watch it for about 3 days. And Ross was like, "Have you watched Snatch yet?" And I was like, "No, you asked me 2 days ago, dude. I'm busy.
I'm currently playing FIFA.
I'm playing FIFA. I'm busy. I'm doing other things."
Yeah, you should
He's like, "Have you watched
Snatch
Snatch yet?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't watched it." And then it became a thing where every time he asked me, I just resented wanting to watch
Yeah, but
it
you should
even
have
more.
watched Snatch.
Well, I did watch Snatch,
It has the best soundtrack.
Yeah.
and it was alright, but you bigged it up too much. So by
Mate,
the time I
Snatch-
watched it, I was
You
like,
bigged
"Nah."
it up too much. It's amazing.
It's-
you
it's
can
a
never
good-
big Snatch
It's a
up
good
too
film,
much.
but I was watching it like, nah,
That's my number 1. My second, In Bruges.
that's a good film.
Yeah.
In Bruges, number 2. The third, only recent, which is the same
Are you
director.
actually ordering these?
Yeah,
Okay,
number 1.
Cool,
Oh,
you can
I
rank yours.
should have probably gone for 10, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
What?
You've ruined it now. I don't
Yeah, you
care
should have
about
gone up
your
the way. This was like our Deadliest Animals all over again, where he jumped in with Steve Irwin. Like,
I didn't say my deadliest films. I said my favourite
Yeah,
film.
but that's because you were going with 10 celebrities and no one knew any of the
Yeah,
celebrities
but
apart from
obviously
Steve
Steve
Irwin.
Irwin was at the top.
Yeah, but obviously if you say, right, celebrities that have been killed by animals, everyone's, the first thing they think of is Steve Irwin. No one thinks of anyone else. Steve Irwin, that's it.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
need to
ruin
let them
any
know the
list.
other
Everyone
ones.
thinks
It's
that.
John Darkins, and he got killed by a seagull back in Brighton, and that is my number 1 celebrity.
Fucking
Do
seagulls.
you reckon anyone's been killed by a seagull?
Yes.
Yes. Did you
You
see?
see how big they are?
Did you see
They are
Angela
fucking...
Iannone?
Mate, the ones in
Yeah.
Cornwall are fucking huge, and I know why. When I was down there,
They're like surfing.
we
dude.
had some dinner left on this table, and there was like half a steak that weren't cooked right, left it there. This seagull, I say seagull, it's fucking huge.
Pterodactyl.
This pterodactyl swooped in and went, I'll have that, you fucking prick. Whacked off of it, this steak, and I was like, no wonder you're so fucking big. and probably swallowed it whole. We took it to, I say, his own little den over here and went, fuck you, other seagulls. Ate it and come back 10 times stronger
Jacked.
whilst working out with his 900-mile swoop to Africa. It's more than 900 miles.
What do you
Sorry.
reckon the biggest seagull has ever been?
I don't know, but this cunt was trying to tell me that.
Wingspan or weight?
What was you telling me the wingspan was before? He was like, oh, it's like 10 meters. I was like,
Of a
bullshit.
seagull?
Nah, it's an albatross.
Yeah, he was like 10 meters. I was like, fuck off. That's like 4 lengths of conduit, cunt.
No, it was.
But I love the fact you measure
it was
things in
11
conduit.
It's just how we do it.
It was 11 foot, which is still a fucking big.
Yeah, 11 foot.
That's
but it's
2.5
not quite-
conduit.
That's like
Yeah.
that's like three and a bit.
That's
meters.
almost like, would you
Six
say
of them.
babies?
Nah, 11
11 foot is
10,
three-
10 foot's like 3 meters.
Yeah.
So 11 foot's going to be 3.5. So
10
that's
foot
not,
is-
that's not 2 lengths of conduit, is it? For length of conduit, it's 3 meters.
Look, E
What
equals
was
MC
it?
squared.
Was it on the world records? Was it in world records when we was measuring sofas in babies?
Yeah, because they said it was the Tash.
That was it. A
They
tash
were like
was
the
about
Tash
the same
was
length
like
as a,
four
as a
and a
baby.
half, 2 month olds. I was like, wait,
A
what?
tash?
Yeah, like a moustache.
How
Was
do they
this-
distinguish the size of a tash? Because Kieran's is huge.
Yeah. and-
Mine's
yeah, but also
trimmed.
no, they were saying that this guy's moustache was the same length as 2-month-old babies, and I was like, when did we start measuring shit in babies?
I do measure shit in Subway, so to be honest.
yeah.
oh yeah, that's easy though.
Yeah.
It depends if you eat a foot long or a 6-inch though.
Yeah. Well,
I-
mine's about a foot long, but it smells.
I measure my willy in Subway.
really-
What is
fuck
it?
that one,
I fucked that one.
I measure my willy in Subways.
Yeah.
I'm like a quarter of a Subway.
Yeah, I'm like just a little bit of onion that gets
Oh.
left at the end. Just a little slither.
I had more, but it's gone.
You had more- you had like mine's like 6 inches, but it smells like a foot because I fucked the last one up.
I did mess it up, and then Kieran jumped in, and I forgot what I was doing.
My bad.
$49.99.
I was trying to find the biggest seagull.
Why do they measure it in wingspan rather than weight? Because if you go like
World's
If-
biggest bird was
if
a
you had
24
like
foot
boxing
monster.
or UFC, they don't measure their arm length and go,
I-
it's
well, no,
fucking huge.
They do say like reach though, don't they?
Yeah, they go reach, but you can have like a 70-inch
Holy
reach, but you can
fuck.
be fucking huge.
Yeah.
Alright, there's this extinct bird that
Is this the one they used to ride on?
Like an ostrich.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It ruled the skies 28 million years ago,
Go on.
but it was 24 foot
Yeah.
wingspan, and it weighed 180 pounds.
Is this the one that Rogan was talking about with
80
I think-
kilos.
Well, I think when he had Duncan
80
Trussell on.
kilos, yeah.
Did you see that one?
I'm not sure.
He had Duncan Trussell on there. They were talking about this bird, and they was like, you could ride on it. It was
Oh,
fucking
shit.
humongous.
Probably. I mean,
Oh, like in the
No,
Game of
you
Thrones.
could get, yeah, like basically like a dragon, yeah.
I'm Daenerys.
24 foot in meters is 7.3 meters.
What was it called?
I don't know.
You just said it's a bird.
I
This
thought it was
big.
a
I want to know
seagull.
what it is.
It's called a Pelagonus sandersi.
I think that might have been it.
Why are your
You,
why's your
I,
furniture
I
floating?
could have said anything then, and you would have said, I think that might have been it.
Hold on.
Do it again.
Use carry on.
Pelagonus sandersi.
I'm searching.
Right, the fucking sofa's floating. What? What are you googling?
I was searching this fucking massive bird.
And that's
that
the
was on-
biggest seagull.
That's the biggest bird, apparently.
Do you think, like, we're obviously young, in our 30s, not you yet, Kieran, but
He's in the 27 club.
he's in the 27 club, to be
I'm
honest.
not. I'm a prospect. I haven't earned my full fucking cut yet.
If
Yeah, because you ain't dead
like,
yet.
change the subject,
Exactly.
if Kieran was to top himself, we would go rock star anyway.
You'd be like, fuck for that.
Oh,
No,
mate,
because who would I do my podcast with?
This cunt. He could replace me.
I've been asking for weeks, and you guys have went, you know what? No.
Yeah,
and
not-
tonight you got desperate because only Kieran was free, and I was the only person
To
free
be fair,
tonight.
we went 3 weeks without doing one, and then we done one on Monday, and it was just a random chat.
Was that you?
The one that Kieran done notes but didn't, and
Kieran done 3 notes.
yeah, Kieran done 3 notes.
He gave me
I
like
got so much from Reddit.
he gave me like a day,
Kieran got
To
his
try
from
and find
Price Drop
Reddit.
TV.
Yeah.
and to also whilst working, trying to get that done. So it wasn't really easy.
Whatever. He didn't do notes, and then like we was like, oh, I was gonna do the JFK episode with Browsing History tonight, and then Kieran was like, no, we're supposed to be meeting up with the stepbrothers tonight. I was like,
No, it's stepbrother.
Yeah. And then someone pulled out and I was like, fucking hell, I could have just gone down the fucking podcast with him. So anyway, we was like, right, we'll go to just pub and we'll just fucking meet Scott and we'll have a beer. Podcast time, obviously. And tomorrow we're doing another one with a load of lads.
The Sixum.
And then, so now Sunday, we're doing a JFK.
Are you doing the Sixum in here?
Sixum in here, yeah.
Have you got 6 mics? So you got
Yes.
the band coming in?
The Browsing History boys are bringing theirs.
Oh mate, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Mate, this one's gonna be hidden.
It's gonna be chaos.
Yeah, I might give it a couple of days before I release the other
I
one.
think you said you want to do one week by week.
Well, I'm off next week, so
Yeah, and then I'm off like the week after. So.
There you go. You got 3, bosh. And then, to be honest, I will come any week that I'm free. I will just talk with you guys. I'm learning my podcast ways.
It's cool. You need to buy a mic, a good mic.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see. Different mic.
I don't remember. From
No, you
last
can't
time.
tell. Oh, I mean, it's a
Looks
different
like a
mic to what
mic.
you've got.
I will bring a mic. This is
It's
Michael.
just a guy. Where'd you find him? No.
Morocco.
Chatham bus station.
Morocco.
Oh, you're that exotic.
That's gross down there.
Where?
Chatham bus station.
Yeah.
I
They
walk
give the
past.
shittest blowjobs.
Mate, I walk past there. So if I go for a beer in Rochester, I'm like, right, I'm walking home because it's not that far. It's like a 45-minute walk. I'm like, bosh, fucking Uber, I'll walk. The other week, I went and got a pizza from the pizza shop, obviously.
Which pizza shop? We're giving it a shout out. We can get sponsors.
What's it called? Pizza Planet, Chatham, High Street, bosh,
Free
open to
pizzas all
4
round,
a.m.
please, thank you.
If you're listening, Pizza Planet, I can't remember your names. I imagine
Pizza
one's called
and
Pizza
Planet.
and the other one's called Planet.
Nice.
I've got a reward on Uber Eats. I'll wait. Either way, went in there, got a pizza.
This episode is sponsored by
Pizza Planet, and you can get 2 $5.55
For $40.99.
and I
Can
got
we
a
call
bo-
this episode 40.99?
Yeah, I think we should just do it.
That's right.
Scott Thomas, $40.99.
They gave me a bottle of water, and I was like, I didn't want a bottle of water, but it's fine. Left it in my pocket, and I walked past the bus station. There was I imagine he's homeless, or he's cold, or waiting for a bus. I don't know. It was 2 or 3 o'clock in the
You
morning.
sure it wasn't Ross?
And I was all through.
Yeah.
But it was covered up in this like sleeping bag, but like head to toe, like a proper
I
Eskimo
always
outfit.
take my sleeping bag out of me, just in case.
You never know.
Have you seen them? Before we go off topic, have you seen them? I saw like someone on Instagram where it was like they got these anti-fall jackets now, like in Japan, and you fall down and it recognises you're falling, and it gives you like some
An
shield,
airbag.
like an airbag when you fall in your jacket, and it just pops up and everything comes up the top, and it reminds me of like RoboCop where you go.
I don't know. I did see
And
that. I saw them videos in like China a couple of years ago where people just like falling down, dying of COVID, and that never happened anywhere else in the world.
They
so-
didn't have these airbags.
Of course.
Can you
yeah.
imagine if you're about to fall onto like a small child and then your airbag's just like, I got this, and just opens up and cuts a child in half like a fucking lightsaber. It's like Darth Maul when he gets cut in half in the fucking Phantom Menace. Like straight, and you're like, what the fuck? Or at least I'm safe.
Yeah, like you weren't even going to fall. You just tripped over the little like uneven
Yeah.
curb, and you'd like
You know-
again. But your airbag's gone off and wiped out 5 children.
And
in
you
that
start
time.
floating.
Yeah.
They were in space.
Space isn't real. The Earth is flat.
You're in something above Earth.
What? I'm in A minor.
Yeah, so I was walking back and I saw this homeless guy. Bless him. He was covered up.
How do you know he's homeless? Are you just assuming his gender?
Are you assuming his
They
socio-economic
were
status?
They weren't in their abode.
They them stunk.
They them
Of
weren't
piss.
weren't in their abode.
They them said, you got any spare change, mate? I'm homeless.
No, you're not. Oh, in Morocco, right? No word of a lie. We was walking
there a
back from
homeless
the
goat?
village. There was like 3 kids, like no word of like 8 years old, showing us their gold coins, like the magic.
Totaling $40.99.
You've been waiting for that.
It popped into my head, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till you start again.
That's the worst high
That was
five ever done. That was his ass.
I shook hands with someone earlier, and their thumb went like over the top of my thumb. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, what?
Hang on.
Here?
Their
How?
thumb went
Wait,
over.
can
Yeah, like
hang on.
I was
We're gonna
about
have to go left hand just because my arm's.
Yeah, right. Go shake hands, but their thumb went the other side of my thumb. Yeah, like that.
What, so you basically
just
Yeah.
caressed.
You just-
I was like,
You caressed hands.
Hang on, what?
That's gay as
he
fuck.
might even listen today. You know who you are if it is you. I
Mate,
was going to go shake hands. I was like, what the fuck was that? He's like, I
Mate.
don't know.
You know he's sat at home tonight going, or she, going, I've done the fucking
Weirdest.
He's done the weirdest wrist shake. what everyone call it?
It
I
was
brushed palms with someone earlier.
It was like, instead of a high five, it was like a slide five.
That's the sort of shit that would keep me awake for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like,
you do
legit.
that thing when you go, why did I say that thing to that person 10 years ago? Like,
Yeah, I
what?
still avoid that petrol station because of that conversation with a woman. I can't
What
go.
conversation?
The one when she was telling me how shit her shift is, and she's only just started, and she's got like 10 hours left, and it was like a night shift. It's jank, and I was just like, she was kind of hot, so I was getting nervous. And then I was like, I'm gonna go leave, and she was just like, enjoy your evening. I was like, you too. And I was like, she just spent 5 minutes telling me how shit her evening's gonna be, and I'm like walking out like, you too,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
But that's not as bad as when they say something else and you say like you too, and it was like there wasn't a you.
and they're like,
too.
enjoy your meal, and I'm like, you too.
I do
They're
that.
not eating.
Huh?
I do
Yeah,
that.
they're just
as
working
a,
at
as a
McDonald's.
rule. Like, I'm like,
You just say you too. to
wherever
everything.
they say, I'm like, you too,
Yeah.
you too. Enjoy your time in prison. You too. You
I
prison
tried that.
guard.
Your cock's
You
massive. You too. Wait, hang on.
You just tell him your name in the band. You too.
That's what I say.
I fucking hate Bono.
Oh, he's a cunt.
Also,
If I had 3 bullets to kill fucking 3 people in the world, I'd shoot him twice.
what will be the third one?
Probably Bono again.
The television channel,
Yeah.
teleshopper channel.
The Girls on Babe Station. Because
All of them. with one bullet.
all of them. in
They're
one
on the
bullet.
same bed.
Yeah, but they're all made out of plastic anyway, so we'll just piss through it.
Just tell them.
I could
You
get
would
6
go
of them.
through
in
him
one.
like a JFK bullet.
Yeah.
When was the last time you watched Babe Station?
With you when we was babysitting when
Tuesday.
we was about 16.
Mate, I remember going to the block opposite,
Yeah.
looking after the kids,
Yeah.
put them to bed, and you'd be like, right, channel, I think it was like 993 or something like that. And it was like-
40.99.
It was channel.
Oh, wait, sorry, I missed it.
So we go to the place opposite, and it was channel.
It doesn't work with channels, it's a price.
No, sorry, I got on the channel and there's like a pay-per-view at 11, which cost.
I shit on
Basically, it was like we was watching Babe Station.
Mate, you get Babe Station.
and it was like if you wanted to see their fanny, it would cost you.
$40.99.
No, they'd done a Flash FTG, which was Flash.
Yeah, but it was like 1 o'clock. It was like on the hour, wasn't it? Every hour.
Did you come to that?
I come to you with you once. I think I was like 12 or something, and they like flashed their gash, and I was like, "The fuck."
The fuck is that? Where's their
I was
penis?
like turning my, you know, like when a dog looks at something, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
like, turn their head to the side and turn to the other side. I was like that. I was like, "The fuck is that?"
Hang on a minute, where's her penis gone?
Mate, if I was 16, you would have been 12.
Yeah, I was like,
Why was I taking you babysitting me?
Why would you make me watch Babe Station, you fucking pedo?
And why did you have
Ruining
7-year-old
me.
me sat there as well?
You weren't supposed to be there. You tagged along.
Despicable Me Too?
I was just sat there like,
No one can see that.
yeah, I know. But I figured most of this is probably going to get cut out anyway because it's a bit chaos.
No,
No, that's
you're just
fine.
staying in.
This is cool.
I couldn't remember where
Nah,
we started.
genuinely, I remember Babe Station. It was Babe Station.
I remember babysitting Babe Station.
babysitting, and then you're 16 years old, and you go, yeah, I'll look after. I'll get £15 tonight. Bosh. What time are you leaving? 7. Cool. What time are you back? Probably between 11 and 12. Cool. Kids go to bed at. Well,
It must have been later than
6:59.
that though, because they didn't start flashing the gas till after midnight.
Oh, I can't remember the times, mate. Like, did you get it now?
I don't know. I haven't watched it for a long time.
But I remember going, I'll get 15 quid for this, and I'll just watch Channel U, which was now like Channel AKA, which is all the grime music. Watch that for a few hours, and I'm like, nah, we'll flip over to Babe Station. And you watch it, and you're just like sitting there going, well, what am I going to do? I don't know. What do you do whilst watching this?
It's really
Just
weird,
watch.
isn't it?
Just genuinely, just
It was.
watch.
Do you know what it was like?
Like I didn't masturbate like while I was
It was like
babysitting.
you'd sit there
Which is
watching
weird.
her. Like you know when they used to they used to pretend it was on the phone.
Pretend
Yeah,
with
it was on the phone.
Yeah, why are they always shaking it? I'd be pissed off if I'd paid like £4 an hour to talk to someone and all you can hear is like, oh, what the fuck? Keep the phone still, woman!
But you know what else we used to watch where someone was just on the phone all the time?
Go on.
Deal or No Deal.
Oh.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. He was just like,
They
he was
opened their
talking to
box.
no one. He was just talking to no one.
They opened their box, and Ross was looking sideways.
And guess how much they had?
$40.99. Bankers offered you $40.99.
In. That was a weird time. I remember. Do you remember like earning like just money from doing random things like babysitting or washing your neighbour's car,
Yeah.
or helping the guy in the shop opposite you,
Or
to
trafficking that child across the border and
Easy money.
bringing back that massive pile of drugs.
Up your arsehole.
Yeah, in my suitcase.
Yeah. Like, cash gone though, innit?
Do you remember when you were a kid? Like genuinely, like what did you do as like 15,
my head.
16, 17-year-olds as kids to earn a couple of quid other than the paper round? Like you earn a couple of quid in your pocket.
I never done paper round.
Never.
I used to go and work with. I worked with a plasterer. I used to go mix up for.
Oh
him.
yeah, we know the plasterer.
Yeah, and
I heard he likes Thailand.
Yeah, he loves Thailand.
Rocky, if you're listening.
And that was my introduction to the trans world, right there. And I used to go obviously work with Dad. And I used to go and paint
actually, no.
columns and shit like that.
You
That was it.
you came with
I
us.
grafted.
You
yeah.
came with us.
I was like 13 years old digging holes, grafting.
We spoke about that in the last podcast. Is
Yeah.
when I cut
When
my
you
eye
cut
open.
your eye open, yeah.
Did we add that one in or keep that one
Yeah,
out?
I think that stayed in. Yeah.
What did you do, Kizzo?
I used
You
to
played
Hoover.
He played PlayStation.
He played
Yeah,
PlayStation.
you
Girls,
guys-
girls used to come to the door, like they'd knock at the door, and I'd like answer the door as like what 16, 17-year-old, and he's like 12, 13, and all these birds would be saying, "Is Kieran coming out?" And I'd be like, "I'll go and ask him." I'd go back, "Kieran, there's a load of girls at the door for you. Are you going out?" "I'm playing PlayStation." And I'd
Yeah,
have to
me
go
and
and
the-
tell
me and
these
the-
birds that like my brother's gay, and it was just disappointing.
Bruv,
does that now.
we were playing quick scopes, no scopes on Modern Warfare 2. Which you,
Mate, do you
Why
remember?
I used to go back to the door. I was like, "I think he's a homosexual."
I remember when I come back to live with Dave, and obviously I had the sofa downstairs. It was a harsh time. It was lovely though. I lived with you guys, and I remember you were out doing things, and then my only sane conversation was with you, and I'll sit on his bed whilst he's playing UFC and FIFA back to back, going, "Draw the game." I'll have one game, and he go, "Nope, you're done, mate." And I'll proceed to watch him for 4 hours, going, "Mate, you need to go and find some women or something." Like,
turned out right, didn't I?
I tell him that still
smashing
now.
it, smashing it now, boy.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're not getting that one.
For everyone listening, Kieran just aired a high five.
Yeah, I'm just sat here getting abused, so I'm not high fiving
You
shit.
abuse everyone else.
No, I
Fuck
don't.
you.
I'm really nice. You're a cunt, 24/7.
He is also the coolest member of the family, though.
I know, which is really
It's
fucking annoying,
annoying.
So it worked out all right.
isn't it?
I really want to shave my beard off and grow a tash, but I would look like a homosexual. He looks
He
cool.
looks
Like a homosexual.
but it's still somehow cool.
Homosexual.
I grow my hair. I can't put a mullet in anymore. That was Chat on Me, 2007. Can't do it anymore because I look fucking weird.
Yeah.
Shave my beard off. I look 25 stone heavier.
You're also, how old are you?
34?
Yeah, you need to grow up.
49.99.
$49.99.
I do need to grow up.
Yeah.
This is a thing since we were.
Well, since you were
I think.
18.
I think. Since
I feel like
no. I know exactly when it was, and it was a point where I got told off by Dave when I was 16, and he went, "You need to grow up."
16.
And even now you go, "Grow up," and I'm like, "I just spoke a bit."
Yeah, you was like told you're the oldest, and you're supposed to grow up, and you still haven't, and everyone else around you has.
Well, you've got children in the family, and at some point, I'm gonna have a children.
I'm going to have a
I'm
children.
gonna have a children.
I'm gonna have a children and family, and we're gonna move to the moon.
And then they're going to have Scottish accents.
Like
Like
I'm
our
on the
dad's
fucking
friend.
moon. The oxygen levels are fucking shit. But the moon's not real. Ask Ross.
Yeah.
So do you think the moon? Do you
think the moon?
Yeah, Ross, you think the moon is fucking real? Yeah, Ross, Steven Gerrard.
Do you remember when we went to Twickenham for the Army Navy, and we sat on that coach?
I don't
way up
remember
there?
much, I can't lie.
Yeah.
And mate, we went for a few years, but I remember the year you came when you're old enough. You were 14. Like when we used to go to the to the engineers, the engineering barracks, and we turn up at 6 a.m. And I remember them, like the army
Beer
lads,
and
went,
breakfast.
they went 2 protein, 2 carbs, and then 1 nut fats. And you're like, can I have 2 eggs
And 2
2
beers.
bacon, please, and whatever, and a beer. And the server to us goes, "That's 80p, please." What the fuck? I'll have another one. But I remember that one year that we'd all gone down there, and then Kieran come along, and I think that was the last year we went, wasn't it?
Might have been.
Probably.
And we was going up there, and we sat on the little table, and we was all having a laugh and a joke, and we were like, I don't know, probably like 1-2 beers deep, like mental, like proper in. And then Kieran went on accent Kieran, and then we're like, right, okay,
what else
Kieran.
can you do? Russian, Irish.
And I think tonight's the night.
No, it's not.
No,
I reached
he
my
always tells
final.
me he's
I
not a
reached my
he's
final
not a
form that
performing
night.
monkey.
He's not a performing monkey, but his
But it's
Russian
fucking
accent
hilarious. His
is on
Russian accent's
point.
good.
No,
He done
Also,
it- he done Russian in the last episode. To be fair,
if we was to say any couple of words in a Scottish accent, I've got it. It's a Sangamo. It's a Sangamo time clock.
That was fucking jokes.
we have that video somewhere.
Yeah, where is that?
That video is fucking hilarious. I'll have
Right.
to post that up on the
It's a
thing.
Sangamo time clock. We're going, right.
Right.
Mate, that was a good video though. And then you went into...
I can't even remember.
Mate, you went in. And
Probably fucking like
we were-
there was like 3 or 4 American accents he used to do.
Yeah,
Fucking
still-
crazy.
you could go through states as well.
Yeah, I
you
was
go through drunk
doing
state, sober
states.
state, high state.
Stoned. Yeah, no, it's good, but you know, he always tells me he's not doing them anymore, and then
I
don't know.
spontaneously they come out.
Because if you just like start talking, like I was just talking a Scottish or
Yeah.
a Moon accent, whatever you want to call it these days.
No, if I'm just talking and I'm telling a story, accents will come out and it's like better. But when people are like do accents, I'm like I can't do that. I
Do you
can't do
ever
it.
do you ever like talk so much that you you forget what your accent
Well,
is?
we-
Like,
Sometimes I start
we-
sentences and I don't even know where I'm going with it.
We used to do an Australian accent.
used
Like,
to.
so we would. So there was a guy we worked with who was Australian.
What?
we
At
used-
the place you're at now.
No, we used to.
His name was Aussie Matt, by the way.
What happened to
Shout out.
China Tim? The guy you got
Chinese
dug off
Kev.
from? Chinese Kev.
Yeah.
What do you
That
call him?
was-
China Tim.
That was
We went past the place that you used to get the duck and the wraps from, the wholesale
yeah.
in West London.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it
'Cause-
called?
Chinese Kev.
No, what was the?
The whole sentence was just called Chinese Kev.
It was called China Tim.
Mate, I drove past it the other day and I was like, that's where they got the duck
Yeah.
from and the wraps. I said, Ross doesn't like to cook, but he cooks the best. Gets his missus to cook the best.
Oh, yeah, I fucking.
No, you smashed it, to be
Yeah.
fair. I miss Chinese Tim.
Yeah,
What's his name? China Kev.
Chinese Kev.
Chinese Kev.
No, we worked with an Australian geezer, and for some reason, like we just started talking Australian, like just stupid accents to each other. Oh, fucking crikey, mate! All this. We was on this job, like it was only a little fit out down at university, and we just kept talking to each other in Australian. Just like we probably didn't even realise we was doing it. And Dad had a pop at us a few times when we was indoors because this was the thing. Like we was living together. We was driving to work together. We was working together all day, driving home from work, and then being at home. And all day, we'd just be like, crikey, mate, fucking hell, oh, fucking crikey. And we didn't even realise we was doing it. Dad turned around and flipped out. It must have been after like 3 or 4 weeks. He was
I thought he was
like,
gonna
we
say
used to fucking stop, for fuck's sake. And we was like, didn't realise we was doing it. We was on site one day, and I heard someone talking, like, yeah, them 2 Australian sparks.
I thought he was going to say, Dad, after 3 or 4 beers. And I was like, that's 1 p.m.
No, yeah, these guys actually thought we was Australian.
Crikey, mate. Pull the conjuring, mate.
Oh, fuck, you got that, mate? Yeah, cool, right, pull that,
Kieran
mate.
wants to come in, but he doesn't do accents tonight.
No, I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it, but I went surfing once on Lake District and it's fucking lovely.
Some guy thought I was Australian on site the other week.
Did he?
Yeah, I was up a set of steps.
'Cause
and
you're
then
Tash.
He like looked up and he's like, "Are you Australian?" I was like, "Nah," and he was like, "Oh." He was like, "You look well Australian." I was
Started
like,
kicking
"Oh,
the
just
steps
a-
away, going, fuck you, then.
Fuck you, mate.
Fuck you, mate.
I was going to help you out.
Us Aussies got to stick together.
Fucking
Also, Dave going, can you pack it in? He's going, wait,
Right, you fucking stop.
can you stop
You've
doing
been down here for 25 years, Dad. Stop speaking Scottish.
that? Dad, speak like us, you prick.
I love that he gets so upset. He's like, you need to pack in doing them accents, so you need to pack in drinking, cunt.
Right, you're 12 strong miles deep and it's 2 p.m. mate. Roof's counting. Ah, shit, GDPR.
I like how when we go back up to Scotland, Dad sounds sort of like English. Not, he doesn't sound English. He sounds a lot more English than his mates. And
Well,
then,
down here.
no, when we, so when we're down here, Dad still sounds Scottish. Like people who've met him for the first time go, I can't understand a word your dad's saying. Then when we go back up to Scotland,
When we go back up to the
and
moon.
when we go back up to the moon and meet all of our other moon mates who are moonish and talking moonish, Dad sounds very.
They are moonish and talking moonish.
Yeah, he sounds very southern compared to them. And then Dad will literally be, I don't know, 3 or 4 beers deep, and then like this fucking, I don't know, moonish language starts coming back out again. And before you know it, it'll go. It's like the clangers. And you can't understand a fucking word.
Do you remember our quiz that we done?
Yeah,
Our
what was
team
we
name
called?
was the Clangers.
Clangers, Klingons.
Our team name was just the Clangers, and we went, the fuck is the Clangers? And it was like us three, Dave, and then like extended family.
Yeah.
Whatever. We had extended family there. And then our team was the Clangers. Like, the fuck is this? And we had Joe's dad hosting the quiz.
Yeah. Kev's quintessential. Do you know they still do that?
Also, Kev, rest in peace, you fucking
Rest in peace,
legend.
but it's still called
His name
Kev's
is Ken.
quintessential quiz. Ken, sorry, yeah.
No, Chinese Kev. Chinese Kev done the... What's his name?
No, we.
China
Chinese
Tim.
Ken done the quiz.
You know,
China
you know
Tim
the pub
did
we
the-
used to go to doing quizzes? They still have quiz night on the same night. And
They
it's
call it-
still called Ken's quintessential
mate.
quiz.
Mate, it's like hanging your shirt number up. Jude Bellingham at Birmingham, number
Yeah,
22.
Like retiring it, yeah.
Or whatever his neck
That was
number
fucking jank that they retired.
Yeah, why
that.
did they do that? That was very strange.
That's
I can
gay
see
as
why.
fuck.
I can see why.
Yeah, now.
He's a fucking
Yeah, he left when he was
brilliant-
18.
Yeah.
He's
He'd only been there
phenomenal.
like a
Yeah, but
season.
he'd left Birmingham when he was 18 and they retired
Ken
his
left
number.
the Spyglass. No, not Spyglass. The... What's the other... Where did we go quizzing?
Come on, bruv, you've got...
The
oh.
Flying Saucer. They hung his massive flag up.
No, he
which
hung
was his
himself
shirt.
in... he
Mate,
hung
you
himself
can't
in the
hang-
pub.
Mate, I heard he hung himself, and that's where the Thai earthquake come in.
That was why they...
It's a rope snap.
That's why they... that's why they refurbed all of the pub, because half the ceiling got pulled down.
The flying can.
He actually tried to hang himself with a rope snap and then he broke his neck when he landed on his face.
I need a wee.
What was you going to say about my Bob Brush?
Right, I apologise for my automatic instant
Hatred.
hatred of your bog brush, and it turns out it's not. A
Turns
bog
out
brush.
he used it wrong the first time.
It's a diffuser, but the toilet smells fucking lovely. No, I'm joking. Your toilet brush is more like a fucking exfoliator. Like,
Yeah.
it's got some weird little
Yeah,
fucking
so that it would...
rubber things on the end of it that I imagine would be great in the shower.
Do you like my light?
Yeah, I saw you like last
Yeah.
time, mate. I fucking love that. I do think you could get like a you should have put 2 gangs in there. One for the little where it comes down, and then one for the spots.
There's no spots in there. It's one light.
But so that's only one.
That's one whole light.
Well, I wasn't paying attention. Was I? It blew up the place, and I was like, okay, right.
Dickhead.
To be honest, I reckon you should get away with the one LED strip. Like
Yeah.
you haven't got to put a spot in there.
No, yeah, just one switch. Be fine.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
switch. Would be
I reckon
fine.
that'd be right.
Yeah. I think it'll work well.
You don't work talk now.
No.
No. Fuck
definitely
that.
not. Fuck work.
Fuck work.
Fuck work.
When I was in Madrid earlier this year, I had some vegan eggs with vegan bacon. On
How
this
did you have
fucking
vegan
bagel.
eggs?
Mate, I don't know. I think there's going to be a Netflix documentary on Beyond Meat and all the other vegan things that offer their non-meat products to go. Fuck you.
How can you? You can't. So, did it come in a shell?
No, mate. It came like a. It looked. I cut it into it, and it was an egg, and I was like, it tastes the same, feels the
It was
same,
like a fucking Haribo egg.
and I was fucking
Which
buzzing.
also, by the way, aren't even Haribo eggs. They're actually spaceships.
That's bullshit.
No,
What?
it's not. They're in
It's
Star
bullshit.
Mix.
They're eggs.
That was.
I've googled it.
They are an egg.
Nothing.
they're
No,
not
because it's
spaceships.
not Star. What's the Love Heart doing there then? What's the cola bottle doing there then? What's the ring doing there then?
No, the cola bottle was a rocket.
It's not. What's the gummy
And the
bear?
love
What's the
heart-
gummy bear doing?
The love heart is also a rocket.
The love heart is it's a representation of the astronauts' hearts as they explode as they get into space, and the gummy bear is what they take with them, and it's the last thing they cuddle as they explode into 1,000 pieces because the Earth is flat.
Right. Well, I think you're chatting shit.
Do you think the Earth is flat?
No.
All right, hang on.
It's a, no,
hang
it's
on.
a very
Hang on.
interesting theory.
Mate,
Hang on.
And
Before we
it-
get too far,
Go on.
Haribo Star Mix is a selection of gummy sweets in a blue packet. Sweet list: currant sweets, crocodiles, rings, cherries, gummy bears, eggs, hearts, cola bottles.
Yeah, Haribo are lying to you. They're controlled by Bill Gates and the rest of the elites, and Klaus Schwab, and 9/11 was done by Bush.
9/11 was on my Haribo.
No, the flat Earth theory is a very interesting take on things. I don't think I believe it.
I don't believe flat earthing.
I don't think I believe it.
Earthing.
But let's say it did come true, I wouldn't be shocked. Put
I
it that
just
way.
can't see how tides work.
I did see quite a funny thing earlier
Yeah,
though. It was a picture of the solar system. And then it was a picture of the Earth as a
In
square.
2D.
Yeah.
As a 2D
In
square. And
2D.
that was also spinning around with the other fucking planets. And
Also,
I was like,
I heard something the other day that said Saturn is gonna lose its rings.
you're going to lose its rings.
Did you hear
I've not
that?
heard that one? No, I've not
I heard
heard
that the other day. It probably on like the weird news that I watched. Kent
Where they
Online.
going?
Mate, it was
Oh.
Kent Online.
that one.
You know the guy from fucking Porn Stars will still be like, best I can do is $40.99.
There's a price drop. We've got 2 available. 2 rings from Saturn.
Is Pluto a planet again now?
I think it's still.
Do you
Just,
It's still a microplanet.
I think it's still just bullshit.
Also, as a microplanet, Pluto obviously went, nah, you're cool. Right, see you later. How many other microplanets? Like, I've not looked into it deep, but I imagine that you have because you watch your 2D solar system.
I don't know about microplanets, but I know where there's a micropenis.
Sitting right next to
And
me.
it follows me everywhere.
I haven't stopped following.
No, the solar system, I don't know. If you go out into my back garden and look up, you've got quite a clear view of all the stars and shit like that.
Tends to be what happens when you look in the sky at night, bro.
Yeah,
because them stars aren't around anymore.
I don't know. We was watching.
Some of
I
them might be.
rewatched. I take Scott. Have you seen Zeitgeist the movie?
No, but there's a great song called Zeitgeist,
No,
which you showed me,
there
which is
great song
fucking
called-
beautiful.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
beautiful song.
It's a very good song. No, you should watch Zeitgeist the movie. I rewatched it again just the other day. I watched it when it first came out. It was about 2000. I want to say 7. It might have been 2008.
Did you discuss that on your last podcast? Because I said to you earlier, I want to watch. Well, I tried watching Planet of Humans and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I was in a tired state. But intriguing for the 5 minutes or 10 minutes I saw, and it's on
Yeah, you need
YouTube.
to watch
Mate,
the whole thing.
I like the fact that all these people are now putting things on YouTube because they're like fuck Netflix.
Yeah, but like
Fuck Prime.
YouTube has been censoring stuff like
Do
a
you-
lot in the last
Yeah, they have.
couple
Do
of
you
years.
think they've been
yeah.
saying like?
Like
Yeah,
they've removed
massive.
a load of Joe Rogan's
But-
episodes off of YouTube.
But Planet of Humans is still on there,
Yeah, but
and Andrew Schultz is still on there.
so what you need to do is
They removed like Robert Kennedy Jr.'s shit. As
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
So, it was Theo Von when he spoke to.
I love.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Theo
Yeah,
Von.
and he's
Theo
got
Von's
his
funny.
podcast, and he spoke to RFK, and then
And they
that
removed him.
podcast got removed. That episode got removed.
Yeah. And a lot of stuff during COVID was taken off of YouTube and shit like that. So I switched from YouTube over to a website called BitChute, BitChute.
And this
And it's
podcast
basically-
is sponsored by BitChute, and you haven't got to pay a premium. Normally it would be
$40.99.
Yeah, so it's basically YouTube. Type in the search bar, and you get all of the shit that's been basically banned off of YouTube, and it's on this BitChute. And like all of Russell Brand's podcasts and stuff, they're all on there. The ones that
Oh, he's
got
on something
removed.
else though, isn't he? Not BitChute. He's on.
He's on Rumble.
Rumble,
but
is
like on BitChute, all that stuff's on there.
He's on trial.
He's not though, is he? That's
No, he's
not.
That's
Trial
fucking
by
died of
media.
death.
Trial by media.
Mate, what
yeah.
the fuck is that about?
Distractions, mate. I've told you about this before.
No, I know, but I don't
Distractions.
understand it. Like, look, I understand if someone's being like assaulted or if there's been any foul play and anything, I don't agree with that whatsoever at all. I think fucking you pin them down, you fucking do what you got to do with them.
Exactly like we done with Jimmy Savile. We held him accountable for all them years.
I fucking find it wild. The BBC, who covered that shit up for years, then made a fucking program about it, and we're like, "Come and watch our new drama. It's about Jimmy
They
Savile molesting
monetised
kids."
and paid an actor to portray someone that they had employed
Yes.
to be
That they covered up for fucking years.
Mate, that's mental.
Yeah.
And everyone's
they're
just
still
like, "Oh my
making
god,
money off
it's
it."
such a great series." I'm like, but wait, use your fucking brains, people. The fight.
Like on the back end of that, like don't get me wrong, I think I don't necessarily agree with the BBC and the things that they've done, but they have obviously had a massive chain in the command. Do you still think even now, with the people in the woke media, are still as aware, or do you think they've employed people to just
ignore?
No.
So all you've got to do is look through COVID, the stuff they censored, the stuff that they reported. You look at what they reported throughout COVID. Every single day, we're reporting the amount of deaths from this, the amount of deaths from that, the amount of deaths. And then it was like when the vaccines come out, the amount of unvaccinated people here. And then they pushed the fucking vaccine passports, and it was like all of that bollocks. They pushed all of that and never gave any alternative voice to anybody. And then like anything else, any alternative voice that turned up on Spotify or YouTube or wherever else. I had about 8 Facebook accounts during COVID because I'd post something and it just got fucking completely fucking wiped out. Like I ended up with like a 30-day ban on my own Facebook account. I was like, well, that's bullshit. So I started up another random Facebook account and that got fucking banned, and the next one got banned, and the next one. I had one of my Facebook accounts banned because I posted a picture of Pinocchio, right? A cartoon Pinocchio, a Disney cartoon Pinocchio, and a Disney Snow White. And Snow White says to Pinocchio, "Tell me a lie." And it was a picture of Pinocchio sitting on Snow White.
Sitting on
Sorry,
Snow White?
Snow White. Sorry, Snow White sitting on
sounds sexy as
Pinocchio,
fuck.
yeah? Snow White sitting on Pinocchio's face. And Snow White says, "Tell me a lie." And Pinocchio says, "The vaccines are safe and effective." I got banned. My whole account got fucking closed down because of that picture of 2 cartoons having a joke about the fucking vaccine. That's how fucking bad the censorship was at that time. And the BBC went along with the whole fucking thing. And they was like questioning the PMs, but there was only certain people allowed to like question the government and things like that. Like, every time they had their like their daily briefings and things like that, didn't they? And it was like only a handful of people were selected to ask the questions, and they asked the most mundane questions ever.
I remember watching it. And to be fair, I watched it every day. At that point in my life, I was like, you know what? We'll see what's going on. I didn't necessarily abide by the rules. I was living in an apartment block, and I met my neighbours. We were 2 meters apart. We wore masks, and we were we were social distancing, and went to the shop together 2 meters apart. But anyway, right. So I'd watch the things, and like you just said, I remember they had that screen, didn't they, where they then got the live like the questions on the video.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not the questions everyone's asking.
No,
like,
exactly.
Can I feed my cat? Yes.
Yes, you can.
You can feed your cat.
Do you remember when
Honestly.
they tried to say that your pets were getting coronavirus and you should fucking get rid of your cats? They said that. That was a thing. They said a lion has tested positive for fucking coronavirus. You should now fucking put all of your fucking cats down. What the fuck? Like,
I loved. To be fair, I like the fact of like the like your views now on how you saw it prior to the mainstream is how the likes of like myself, who was quite ignorant towards things, just went, you know what, I'm working, I'm bowling the bat.
I think a lot more people thought that, but were just too scared to say anything because they thought because the way that the mainstream media were bringing it across on the news every single fucking day and reporting on the deaths every single day, like, and you know the way like they was encouraging people to like grass their neighbours up and stuff like that. Like if somebody, and I know certain people who are putting Facebook fucking posts out,
John's in the woods again.
basically dobbing their
pretty
neighbours
much.
in, like, my neighbours have their grandchildren visiting today. I don't think this is right. Like, people were doing that, and I saw that on my own fucking Facebook friends list, and I was going, what the fuck is wrong with you, lot? And then, like, yeah, I I weren't cool with that shit. But I think a lot more people thought my way, but were just too scared to say anything.
I was definitely that way.
Yeah, like you was like, I think this is all bullshit, but you just keep your mouth shit.
Yeah, because
Mate,
I'm
I
like,
was-
yeah.
I
I'm
was
like,
the
it's
same.
not worth. Like,
You didn't want to fall out of anybody.
I was like, I'm not gonna go and get that vaccine. Like, it didn't
What?
sit right with me, and I was like, it's not happening. But then, like, all of my friends and everyone of my age group, everyone that I hung about, we're all like really like fucking.
Awful.
Anyone who's not vaccinated is this. Anyone who thinks this is this. Anyone who thinks that's fucking blah, blah, blah. And it was all just like chaos. And I was like, do you know what? Fuck this. I ended up dipping. Anytime Corona come up, I was like, I just dipped out of the conversation. I was
Whereas
like,
I took the opposite stance, and I don't know whether it's because I had a kid. So like when coronavirus and all that sort of first come about, it was right close to my boy's first birthday. Right, so we just about had his birthday. I don't think we'd done anything special in particular for it. Maybe we had some people over, but then like only like
We were in a
week-
garden 2 meters apart.
Only like a week or two after his first birthday, all of this shit sort of like hit, and then like we didn't see anyone for like months. Like it was months and months and months, and I was like, some people who are close to us have missed out on months of my boy's life. And I don't know whether it was because I had a kid that my mind fucking went a bit fucking loopy. I was like, no, I can't have him growing up in this. Like, I cannot do that. And then the more it went on, like, we was working through a lot of it. Like, through the first massive, you know, when they were showing you the fucking graphs of the spikes and shit like that, yeah? We was at work during that time, and we only stopped working when the fucking curve had come down, after the curve had flattened, after them, you know, them 2 weeks that we had.
Did you
yeah?
get furloughed?
Yeah, and then we eventually got furloughed, and we had about, was it 6 weeks? I think we had off.
something like that.
It was more of a forced furlough, just because you weren't allowed more than like 2 people per trade on site, and it was like, well, we're pulling cables in, right?
Yes.
If you're standing 5 meters away from me, but we're pulling the same cable in, the cable that you've just touched, in about 30 seconds time, is coming past my face. Yeah.
I like the one that was like, go fucking. We'd be trying to put up like a 3 meter light fit, and it's like you got to stay 2 meters apart. You're like, do the math,
Yeah.
Wait, we had,
motherfucker. How am I supposed
we
to do this?
We had my lads. They went on furlough for 5 weeks, and that was solely because my civils contractor went on furlough. I think for me that was the busiest time in my working career. It's fucking sorting out work because there's so much built up, and you've got to fucking work it out. So
Yeah.
I never got furlough, but I was watching it going, fucking hell! Like you're bringing these things in, like let's say like masks for instance.
Well,
Like what you said
the
in
thing
the
with the masks, that was the thing with the masks. The masks weren't in right up. Like, so we'd worked through the big spike. We'd worked through the drop. We then got furloughed for 6 weeks. We then went back to work. We was at work for about 6 weeks, and then the lockdowns apparently lifted. And it was only a couple of weeks after lockdowns lifted did the masks come in.
Oh
Before-
yeah,
previous
July
to that-
the 1st or July the 4th.
Previous to that, the masks were never in play, and they were actively telling you not to wear the masks. And then all of a sudden, skip forward 3 months. Oh, you must wear masks everywhere. Oh, hold on, fucking bullshit. I've just worked through the spike, and all of the nurses and shit that we was going out there and clapping for, they never had fuck all fucking PPE at the time. And everyone had to stand out on their fucking doorsteps and fucking clap for them all this fucking time. And then skip forward, probably not even a year later, they were literally threatening all the NHS staff with, if you haven't had a jab, then you're going to lose your fucking job.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That was bullshit,
Hold
that.
on a fucking minute here. They worked through the fucking height of it all, supposedly, with these people, with this dangerous fucking disease, with next to fuck all PPE, which you'd given fucking contracts to all of your fucking friends in governments and businesses to, and now you're threatening them with the fucking sack because they haven't had the jab on a vaccine that isn't proven to be safe or effective, which was a lie they told all the way fucking through. And I think it just goes to show now, like, there's people that we know with 5 or 6 jabs, and they're still getting COVID. How fucking effective is it?
Well, I had COVID once, and like during COVID, I got really ill, and like I didn't test, but I was ill, and it was just like in my head, you know when you get a really bad cold, or you know what,
You know, like the colds we've been getting for like hundreds of
hundred,
years.
like
Yeah.
in your time, you've been that ill before.
Yeah.
So I remember a point I was like, fucking hell, like I am ill, like.
But how long did it
simply,
last
like,
for?
Like 3 days. I was
Yeah, it
off
was
for 3
literally a
days.
couple of days when
Right? And I was off for 3 days. This was prior to the jabs, prior to everything like that. And then New Year's Eve, 2021, I remember like the next morning, I was like, fucking hell. I am warm, temperature, like, as you would before, got COVID. So in my head, I was like, right, tell you what, I've got COVID. I'll go back home, and I went back home. I live on my own anyway, so I just stayed indoors. I had a cough, like I would in any normal cold. I had high temperature, like I would in any normal cold. And I sat there for a week. I didn't go out because I didn't want to pass it on. What I did do was I tested about 27 tests because my neighbours wanted some. And they went, give us a test, give us a test, give us a test. We get
So they can have some time off work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was passing it on to
So
them.
it's a complete fucking scam on both
Oh, mate,
sides.
it was mental. I was like, personally, I didn't suffer. Like, I know there are people that have probably contracted this virus, and there was probably other things that came into it that probably just made them in a worse position than they were. Whether they instigated it, whether that was part of the problem, whether there was more to cope with it, no one knows. Well, I think we all know, but
Yeah, the thing is, you're never going to know fully.
no. So it's like one of my friends, our friends, we know him. One of his relatives passed away. He passed away suddenly, like out of nowhere, and it was a heart attack.
Yeah.
But he had contracted coronavirus within 28 days.
Yeah.
Apparently. So he died of
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck off.
But did it, like...
Like,
this
if I run in front of a fucking bus...
Well, this
Yeah,
is the thing. I
that's
think
the
I've
thing.
said before. I don't know if I've said it before on a podcast, but I've definitely said it to a lot of people before. How many people die within 28 days of a haircut? Is the haircut related to the death?
Is that why you haven't cut your hair?
Yeah. I haven't cut my hair for 3 years.
He doesn't want to go down
I'm
as a
fucking
statistic.
I'm
terrified that I'm going to just drop dead.
Mate, but it's like, it's people like...
Do you know why?
Suicide's
Do
up
you know why I grew my hair so long?
because you're so sexy.
My hair was getting a bit long, and I went, I need to get my hair cut soon. So busy at work. I need to get my hair cut soon. I need to get my hair cut soon. Fucking COVID hit. All the fucking barbers shut. I was like, oh, fucking hell. It grew a little bit longer. And then I was like, oh, I actually quite
What
like
you
it.
need
Remember
is
when I
a
first-
hairdresser that lives with you, doesn't live with me, but he's my friend that lived with me for 6 months,
Yeah.
and he lived with me, so he cut my hair.
Cut your hair for free.
But he didn't live with me, but did live with me.
No, I think all of that stuff, it wound me up. And I don't know if I'd have been the same if I didn't have a kid. But I think that fucking set me off.
Mate, that whole time is just a weird
But
scenario.
like you think about that Christmas getting cancelled. How crazy was that? Like we'd been through that fucking high fucking bit of it.
We didn't
dropped
have
back
Christmas
down.
cancelled.
We didn't. We fucking carried on as fucking normal. Of course we did. But Christmas, as was planned, was cancelled. Was it not? And it was only about, it was a very cuntish move. It was about 3 or 4 days before Christmas that they come out and done the fucking speech, which obviously I blatantly ignored. But our plans were to go somewhere else, were they not?
I remember slow, because you had some meat in your freezer,
Yeah.
and you went, turkey's off, or there was some
The turkey
meat
went off. Yeah, we got really
And I
fucking
went,
shit.
"It's
But that's
fine."
because we got. That's because we bought the turkey like literally like 3 days before. And it
Have
was
you
a
heard the
minging
story?
turkey.
Yeah.
Have you- when I had the slow cooker in the van.
Yeah, yeah.
And
took
I
it
was cooking it indoors, and I had the inverter in the back of the van,
Yeah.
and in my passenger seat was me with a plug running through the top,
Yeah.
coming up a slow cooker to make sure my.
Like that never should have had to have. That shouldn't have had to have happened, should it?
I was going to be the lamb anyway.
Yeah, but like that shouldn't have, that whole situation shouldn't have happened.
No,
It should have been as fucking normal. What were they going to do? Like, if everybody turned around and just carried on with their whole Christmas plans that were going to happen, how many police officers are there on Christmas Day coming around and knocking on every single fucking door? What do you think would have happened?
Do you also think all these people that were high and mighty, like, oh no, you shouldn't do this? How many of them abided by the rules?
I don't think there was that many of them.
I don't think
They
there
were
was-
literally, it's all for show.
It's
for
all-
show.
oh, I've
and they
done
do
this.
it. It's all this is what we say, like virtue signalling. With anything that comes up nowadays, like whatever the current thing is, they're like, oh, there's a Ukrainian war.
outraged about this.
I'll change my fucking profile picture on Facebook to a Ukrainian flag. You're doing nothing. By changing your profile picture to a Ukrainian flag in the background, it's doing nothing to help any situation on
Yeah, I know,
either
but it
side.
shows that you're a good person.
But it shows that you're a good person.
That's all
Fuck
the
off.
mask.
No,
That's
it's
all
not.
the. That's all the mask ended
people,
up being.
People want to
Yeah.
be accepted by their peers, and they just want to go.
But this
oh,
is where
he,
I think-
he likes or she likes, they like, them like, whatever you want to call it, like to be liked because they are showing
But then
a
it's also
vision
But it's
on
Yeah.
yeah.
some world crisis.
Yeah, but it's also a false narrative because not that many people actually believe in that narrative, right? So, say the narrative comes out from the TV or wherever it is that fucking comes out, yeah? People go, oh, that must be the thing that we've got to believe in. They don't believe it themselves. They're being told to believe it by the TV, yeah? But a lot of people are sitting there going, I don't think that's quite right. But people are too scared to make that stand to go, no, that ain't fucking right. And it then creates a false narrative because then people are just going along with it just because they think everybody else is going along with it. But I reckon 50% of the people that are going along with it also don't believe it either. In which case, it could make a 75-25 split the other way.
Yeah. I'm very ignorant towards the Israeli-Palestinian thing going on. Like, I don't understand this, that, the next thing. I understand how it became and what
Well,
was.
I haven't...
But the narrative in the news at the minute is this is a new shelling, a new bombing, or whatever it is.
So what's
But
because I haven't watched it.
I
haven't watched any news. What is the narrative on it?
I think, but personally, I was asked a question by someone I know, was what you think, and I went, that's been happening for years.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
don't-
think
yeah,
that
there's
whole
all these
thing.
people-
Like, I don't
Did
want
you-
to
did you-
delve too deep into it.
Did you see the vote in Parliament the other day?
No.
Yeah.
So I haven't been keeping an eye on the news at all. We know what's going on in Israel and fucking Gaza. I mean, a lot of things in the Bible and things like that say that like the Jews were fucking part of Jerusalem, but then like the Bible's all fucking bullshit anyway. Like religion in general is bullshit, but obviously religion again has come to the forefront of the war. Yeah, so it's Muslims versus fucking Jews, whatever, right? I disregard religion from both sides. I'm like, right, okay, it's two sets of people fighting for a set of land, whatever. 1948, Israel was set up because they've been displaced from Europe. Fine. But they were placed
That's
into
when the Gaza Strip was set up, right?
Yeah, but they were placed into the middle of, I mean, you look at the Middle East, it's mainly Muslim, yeah? So you take a whole bunch of people there, you put them into there, I think it's quite obvious that it's going to cause friction. Like,
Also,
it is.
but I don't
Of
think.
course
I don't
it's gonna
think.
cause friction.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
think,
there's oil there.
yeah, but I don't.
And there's oil there.
I don't think like Muslims are bad people. Like I said, I was in Morocco, and you meet people who are of the Muslim faith, and they are lovely human beings. But you get people in all races, all religions, all anything
That are
that
gonna
just
bring the name
want to
down.
be cunts.
People are just cunts. It's just in human nature.
Well, here's the
to
thing.
be a
I was
cunt.
having this conversation earlier in the week, right? After 9/11 and the 7/7 bombings, were we all not told that Muslims were bad? Like, that created some sort of divide. I remember being like a kid and just instantly having this thing about Muslims. Why did they have that thing about Muslims? Because I was told no Muslim has ever done any harm to me.
Absolutely. That's it.
Or anybody that I know of. No Muslim's ever done any of that shit to me. And then you see these people. You see people from both sides giving both fucking sides of shit and causing this divide.
Mate, we were walking up through Agadir last week, and we were in like the back streets where it is like Agadir's only been around for like 60 years because they had a massive earthquake, so they rebuilt it. It's like it's a modern, not slum. It's a poor town. You walk up and you see all the locals. They're going to work. They're doing this. The next thing, we're walking up, and she goes, "Oh, I feel unsafe." Like, why? Why do you feel unsafe? Like, we've got people here that are normal human beings, go to work. They may be dressed differently to us. They may look different to us in the way they dress or the way they look, whatever it is.
But you're in their country.
We're in their country, right? And I went, we are walking into their. We was walking up to the souk, which is their massive market, and you had all the locals go, "Souk, this way," and they was like guiding us in the way. I asked questions like, "This way." I was like, "Why do you feel unsafe?" And she goes, "I don't know." And I went, "We have not encountered one bad human being here at all.
Yeah.
At all. Like, all of them have been lovely. We walked up the souk, we went in, and they was all lovely. Like, they was all trying to get us to buy from them, because why wouldn't you? Like,
Yeah,
even if
that's
you're in
what
that
they do,
place
salesman,
where you are, like, even if you go to Dagenham Market or fucking Northwood Market, they just want you to buy from their stalls, so they're trying to entice you in. But in our country, in our culture, it's half fucking market traders, whatever. And it's like no different to Gillingham High Street. We're going up. 2 bananas for £1. Then you want
Yeah.
2 bananas for £1.
How
3
much?
bananas for £1.
No.
Or you can get 7 bananas for.
No.
But you just walk up there, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Why do you feel unsafe?" She goes, "I don't know. I just feel uneasy." And I was like,
But is that
We are-
ingrained? Is that ingrained?
"I don't know."
I think
like
that's-
for me, I don't give it like unless someone is a cunt to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Don't
will
hold a
trust anyone. I will trust.
I was
I will
like-
trust any man.
Sort of.
I'd
I'll
fight
fight
any
any
man.
man.
The conversation I was having the other day was, I remember as a kid, I think it was after the 7/7 bombings.
Can I just say something? You said about 9/11 and what happened directly afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing that did directly happen afterwards.
Go on.
The sales of the popular game Jenga dropped massively.
Genuinely.
Genuinely. Genuinely. That's not even me making a joke. Genuinely. So
You have to buy like buy one get one free to get 2 towers.
yeah.
And you weren't allowed to use your fingers, you had to use toy planes.
No, you buy it's buy two.
Buy
get,
2 Jengas, get 2 Bayangs for free.
It's buy 2 get free towers because obviously building 7 fell down as well. So.
Yeah, you build a 7 fell down, but you don't get a third plane.
No, you
The
only
third
get 2
plane hit
planes,
that one,
but
yeah.
then the third one falls
But
down.
somehow you got to make the
I know.
third one fall
no,
down
no,
without
no.
the
Also,
planes.
the Pentagon got fucked. Oh, did it?
Yeah. No, the Pentagon got fucked.
How did you fit a plane into that small little?
The Pentagon got fucked into the only bit that had been reconstructed and fitted out, and it was also happened to be the bit where they lost like £1 trillion, $1 trillion. Sorry. Yeah. No, what I was saying about
To be fair, I've not done it, but I imagine, like, you know, when you crash your car, my neck
into
hurts.
a tower and
My
it all
neck,
falls
my,
down.
my neck hurts. My neck. Oh, shit, I got whiplash. Shit, my buildings fall down. Whatever
Yeah.
it might be.
George Bush's compo face was top notch. That
Yeah.
Whilst he's reading to a nursery. No, it hasn't.
Bruv, you need. I don't know. I need to send you some links on this. You know the book that they was reading. It was like.
I'm not sure on this.
Are you not sure?
No,
What was
because
the
it's a bit. I don't know. It feels.
Right, they were learning some words. Right, they were.
And they
teaching
were,
us-
what, George Bush?
No, yeah, probably fucking George Bush, fucking dumbass. They were learning some words in the class, right? And there was words such as steel, towers, planes, what was the other one? Whatever it was. It was like steel, towers, planes.
You wouldn't make it that bait, though. If you
That's
were,
what. I'm
But
not.
this is what they do.
No, but it's not because.
They hide
Are
it
you
in
no,
plain
no,
sight.
What, you wouldn't
but you never
drop
saw any of those kids' mouths make that noise to say those words. You can get a bunch of people to say plane, tower,
Steel.
fire,
Yeah.
and then just overdub it over the. It's so
If I
easy
was-
to do that shit now.
If
Like
I was
how
a
many
mass
videos?
murderer, if I was a mass murderer and I just went around killing people, and you're that psychotic, you would just leave little fucking
Canister.
droplets,
Yeah.
little droplets to go. You'll find me eventually,
I'm
but
sure
in a
that's what
minute,
they do.
I'm going to do this. Like you'd
I need
make
to
that.
I need
but,
to send you the link to iPet Goat 2.
Right,
as well.
I will listen to it or watch it or whatever it is. But I imagine if I was like a mass murderer, I would put little droplets out there. But being the president of the United States, and you were gonna say no, this has nothing to do with me, knowing full well that you're gonna get blamed for it by a certain
Yeah, but
aspect.
it weren't
But
just
you
that-
wouldn't then put whilst you're in nursery reading the book to his children, little droplets going. Honestly, I would steal 2 planes and rack them into the towers, and then Alice in Wonderland come from the hole.
Well,
Like,
either way, Bush did it.
Either
So-
way, he did it. He was definitely involved. He knew about it.
Western world is full of propaganda.
Yeah, of
Like,
course
we
it
know
is.
that.
It has been since like the fucking
The dawn
early,
of-
But like
early.
even
The dawn of fucking
what we
time.
learn in
Yeah.
schools is the Western
It
world.
was indoctrination.
Yeah, the Western world are
The
fucking
Western,
heroes.
you know,
Bruv,
like
even
the Western
you're Go on.
the Western education system was set up like way back, and it was a way to just make good little slaves, good little yes men, and it was a way to just get you just to not think.
Talking about
anything.
propaganda though, like even talk about Napoleon, but
Yeah.
he wasn't actually that small.
Yeah.
But it was the British cartoonists and all of the British propaganda
That
that
made
was
him
like, oh,
tiny
he's
as
this
fuck.
tiny little.
So,
Look at this tiny man kicking off
but
in
he's
France
not
trying
like,
to
mate.
take.
Imagine
I
imagine
covered-
Charlie Hebdo done that.
But we covered this. We covered this the other day in the Napoleon episode on Browsing History. He was a tiny little man apparently, but Nelson was like the same height as him. So we was having a little joke around saying that that's why he's like put so high up on the fucking tower.
But do you think they make him that way in a sense of because he was inferior in the post-war, like because he lost that battle? But to be fair, like
Mate,
you
Napoleon
look-
was a fucking geezer.
no, I was about to say, you look at these wars, they're fucking boys, isn't they?
Yeah, like-
right. They are people that have got people on side in a way where they've gone right as
It's like-
one.
The problem with Napoleon was he didn't come from like any like royal family or elitist power. He had like some sort of claim, like it was like fucking 12 steps down or whatever it was. But he had no claim to it, like to be leading a country, because it was all obviously very intertwined, especially in Europe. You had like the British royal families married into the German royal family.
At this point, did you have the
Saxon.
British Empire at this point? Like you guys don't know.
Yeah, it was like Saxby by the time, and then you had like there was all like fucking interlinked into everybody, yeah, and like the Russians and everybody, Austrians, and I think the French were intertwined somehow, and then Napoleon rocked up, took over. They had the French Revolution, the whole eat cake and all that shit. He took over, and they were like, hold on, this dude's not part of our fucking clan. He can't be running this country.
Like the UN.
And basically, yeah. And then they all basically went for him just because he wasn't one of them.
Because he went against someone's belief.
Not even that, just because he wasn't worthy of the position. But then you go back to royal family and royalty, and you go, how fucking crazy is that somebody is born better than you? How the fuck? Like, I think we covered
The
that in our
divine
first...
right.
But I think in
Kings,
this,
bro.
I think
Yeah.
this day and age, I think like the royals back in the day were high or mighty in the sense of battle and things like that.
Yeah, but
Whereas I think now it's not royal family. The royal family are taking a step by, but it's now
but
governments who are now trying to intertwine themselves into a massive elite, where you have this fucking big hierarchy against someone that doesn't necessarily believe in
it's
them.
not even that though. It's all about money.
Yeah,
if you,
that's what I mean.
if you looked even above, like
Look at weapons.
I genuinely think now that most of the governments that are in power throughout the world, they're just puppets to the people who've got the real money. So you're talking about your Rothschilds, your George Soroses, your Bill
The
Gates,
Rothschilds.
your
Rothschilds?
fucking Rothschild, the Klaus Schwabs of this world. Hence why they all get together every fucking year.
Are the
and have a
Rothschilds
big
still
thing.
around?
Yeah, the family's massive. Yeah.
So the family's still going, and,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
the
they're
family's
still
massive.
fucking governing.
The Rothschilds, way back when, the Rothschilds decided, like the main geezer, I can't remember his fucking name, whoever Rothschild, he basically had like, I don't know if it was like eight or nine sons, and he sent he trained them all up, and all 8 of them he sent to like different corners of the globe to establish Rothschild's banks and investments and all that shit. So they're intertwined.
They're a
in
global
every-
elite,
yeah,
though. And that's still a global elite,
yeah,
right?
they're intertwined into everything. George Soros, he was a Nazi Jew basically. So he was a Jew back in Nazi Germany who used to grass up other Jews, and he got his power that way. And now he's like living in America. He's funding a load of shit. There's
If I was
a
a Jew at
load
that
of,
point, I probably would have not grasped people up,
Been
but
a
I
turncoat.
would want to
Yeah.
survive.
I would have killed myself for being a
but
fucking Jew.
you sided with the Nazis who were supposedly the bad guys, and now you're still alive, earning fucking millions. You're one of the richest men in the world, and then so between them
Yeah,
all,
but
anyway.
Germany are one of the richest nations.
Yeah,
Like
and
they are up there with
and
that we'd all funded
Yeah,
because
yeah.
obviously we feel bad. Like we'll you're part of us now. Yeah, cool, we're in. You would tell me more on this. Like my knowledge on this, like is only I haven't read too much into post-war economics or post-war.
Basically, all you need to know is that BlackRock, Vanguard, and a couple of other companies within the top 500 companies in the world, they've actually got majority shareholds in the majority of the top 500 companies in the world. So, the top 500 companies in the world are pretty much owned by the top
Elite.
3 countries top 3 companies in the world,
And which
who
is
are all then owned by a handful of people.
so they just sit there going.
And they just pump money into everything. So if you look at all of their little assets that they've got, so even the BBC, for example, if you look at who funds the BBC, there's all these different fucking lots of money's coming in. So like
who does fund the BBC?
Bill Gates does.
Who? So we
So Bill Gates, he funds the BBC. Yeah, he's got some money coming into the BBC. So let's just take the little sample of COVID, for example. So Bill Gates has shares in the BBC, or he gives money to BBC. He gives money to certain studies. He gives money to Pfizer to create a vaccine.
Yep.
So when the vaccine comes out, he has an interest in the vaccine doing well, so he makes money.
yeah.
He has an
BioNTech.
interest in media, i.e. BBC, to promote said vaccine, So that
So
said vaccine.
I remember. Sorry, I remember like the vaccines come out. Like you had BioNTech, which was like your Netflix of streaming services was BioNTech.
Yeah.
And then you had Hush or whatever it's called.
AstraZeneca.
Yeah, AstraZeneca, which is your not your Prime, but like another streaming service. And you had your Moderna, which was the smallest streaming service.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, "No, we get Netflix today."
Yeah.
They come from the Netflix vaccine.
Yeah, there was like, do you remember? Oh, this fucking really fucking wound me up. Kaiser Chiefs played at the Isle of Wight Festival, right?
The Pfizer Chiefs.
They're Pfizer Chiefs, yeah. They come out on fucking stage at fucking, what's that twat's name? Ricky something. I've been to see Kaiser Chiefs before. I want to go see them in Brighton. They put on a fucking fantastic show. Great. Fantastic. Loved them. I had their first album. Great.
What was it called?
Employment. Anyway, during all this shit, he goes and plays. They go and play at the Isle of Wight Festival, and he shouts out to the crowd. He's like, "Who here's got Pfizer?" And everyone goes, "Eh."
Oh,
Who here's got AstraZeneca? And loads of people go, "Eh." Who's got Moderna? Hey, what do we think of the unvaccinated? And they were, boo. What a cunt.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Why bring that into your fucking music, you fucking
Who's got
dick?
Netflix? Who's got Prime?
But when you shut,
Who's got Hulu?
Yeah, but then they're the
You
first
know-
people. They're the first people to start going, "My body, my choice." But then I'm
Well,
like, "Right, well, my body, I
Mate,
don't want
we were
it's,
to."
a
talking about-
contradictive,
we-
it's a contradictive narrative.
we
Like,
were
all
talking
of it.
about fucking Rage Against the Machine earlier, right? Rage Against the Machine, I've always, they're probably quite left wing, but they've always been very fuck the fucking government, yeah? Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
That old school left wing when that was all about like
Just fuck
actually-
authority.
Yeah, but
everything
that
being-
rock music in that point was, well, fuck every single thing. We are here
Yeah.
to do our thing.
And it was more like fuck both sides, fuck authority, fuck everything, yeah? And what was the song we was listening to earlier? What did I say?
take the power back.
Take the power back, take the power back, repeat it. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And then during COVID, or maybe just after COVID, when the vaccines all come about, they done a gig. Required you to have the vaccine to go and see them at the gig. Hold on a fucking minute. What happened to take the power back and fuck you, I won't do what you fucking tell me? Hold on a minute. You got to have your vaccine.
But
No.
I
Fuck
never-
you, do what your government tells you.
I never understood the whole vaccine thing. Like, if you chose to got it, cool. If you didn't, cool. Like, for me,
That's what it should have been. 100%.
I got it. Do I think I should have got it? No. Have I survived?
But you was uninformed.
Yes. But, yes, I was uninformed. I didn't know many things about it. I got it. Now, I think I would have survived without it.
Yeah.
However,
But no one. I was telling you at the time when no one listened
yeah,
to me.
yeah,
Everyone thought I was fucking nutty crazy.
you were telling me, and me personally probably would have survived without it. I would have survived without it. Like you've said all along, you go into a pub, like at that particular point, regardless of people throwing things at you at gigs, you go into a pub, cool. We went to Dublin, both vaccinated. You have to show our little passes to make sure we can get into a pub. You're like, hang on, if everyone's vaccinated, surely we haven't got to sit at a table.
Yeah.
And we haven't got a fucking waiter service whilst your waiter's going to the bar, walking past all these people who could have the virus. What? And then go to the bar, get the drinks from someone who could have the virus, bring the drink over in a glass that could have the virus, bring it back to our table that could have the virus, and then sit there, drink our drinks whilst mingling with no one. And we sit there, listen to a man who's singing who could have the virus. And it was just a fucking...
Well, that was...
such a mind-blowing scenario, which was, hang on, if we all got the vaccine, surely we're all
Well, that
fucking
was the
good.
maddest thing. No, I was like, hold on a minute. If your vaccines work and you're all vaccinated, why do I need to wear a mask? Yeah? You're vaccinated. You're protected. And if I don't want to wear a mask and I'm not protected because I'm unvaccinated, why the fuck have I got to wear a mask?
Because it's selfish that you're killing everyone.
It's selfish that I'm killing everybody, so I've got to get the vaccine to save you. But if you're all vaccinated, so if I'm the only unvaccinated person in the room, who's wearing masks? Like, because you're all safe because you're vaccinated. You skip forward to the IDs, the fucking vaccine passports, which I just think were a digital ID ready to fucking bring in the digital currencies and the social credit scores and shit. By the time that the vaccine passports come in, it was already proven that you could still get COVID after you've had the vaccines. Yeah? So you could have a bunch of people who were vaccinated with their little code to say that they've been vaccinated, who could go into a club, but could still catch and pass on the virus. Yet, if I hadn't been vaccinated, but I never tested, but if I'd have done a test, which said that I didn't have COVID, I still wouldn't be allowed into the pub because I didn't have the vaccine, even though all the people who are vaccinated could still pass on the virus. Make sense of it, please, because that doesn't make sense in my fucking head.
Your McDonald's story is my favourite story.
Shall I retell that story?
Yeah, have you done it already?
No, I haven't. I've done it on an episode. During lockdowns, while we were still having to go to work in the epicentre of the pandemic in London, I went to a McDonald's in Liverpool Street. Yeah. So we go to get some McDonald's, and at the door, everyone's queuing up, less than 2 meters apart during the height of the pandemic. We're queuing up at the door, and they're letting you in like one or two at a time to go and order on the fucking self-service machines.
And
the guys
the non-wiped fucking screens.
the long white screens, who are putting people out of jobs, quite clearly. There's a guy standing on the door with his mask on, and he's only letting people in with a mask. Everyone in front of me is going in with their fucking masks on to go and order at the screen, more than 2 meters apart from everybody, to go and then pick up their food off the side, more than 2 meters apart from everybody, but whatever. And I get to the door, and he goes, have you got a mask? And I was like, no, I'm not wearing a mask. And I walked past him. And he tried to grab me, and I just sort of carried on walking past him. I go to the screen, I order my food. He comes up to me, stands closer than 2 meters, telling me that I need to wear a mask on. I was like, I'm just ordering my food, mate. Just order my food. I'll be out your way. No. You can't let you order your food unless you're wearing a mask. I was like, well, I'm already standing here ordering my food, so I think I'm fine, thanks. I ordered my food, put it all through, paid for it. Went to the fucking counter. My little number's up on the screen, whatever it was, like, no, I don't know, number 53. And I'm standing there, and then he's like, sir, we're going to have to cancel your order because you're not putting a mask on. And I was like, well, I've already paid for it. Food's already on its way. My order's up on the screen. I'll grab my food and I'll disappear, shall I? No. We're going to have to cancel your order because you're not wearing a mask. Okay. They then cancel my order. So it was on the screen. It said it was being prepared. And then it just fucking disappeared in the middle of nowhere. I said, okay. So I went up to the counter. I said, excuse me. My order was on the screen and now it's just disappeared. The woman behind the counter looked very fucking embarrassed with her mask on. But she looked very embarrassed. She said, there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. You need to speak to the manager. You need to speak to the supervisor and manager. It's okay. The supervisor/manager happened to be the guy who was standing on the door, not letting people in unless they was wearing a mask. I said to him, well, what's happened to my order then? Well, we cancelled it. I told you we'd cancel it if you want not wearing your mask. I said, well, what's happening to my money then that you've taken off me? Well, I need to refund you your money. Okay. How do you refund my money? Right, come over here and I'll transfer and I'll refund your money back. Okay. So I'm standing over there at this other little like fucking desk away from like the main counter, and I stood there for about 5 minutes while he tried to refund my money to me. You do realise
COVID all over the place.
Yeah, you do realise that I've walked in here, ordered my food at the self-checkout screen, went and stood at the fucking counter while my order was up on the screen, then come over and spoke to you again, then went over to this other counter, waited here for 5 minutes, and I've stood here longer waiting for my refund than what I would have done if you'd have just given me my fucking food in the first place. And the whole time, I've been standing here without a fucking mask. Do you realise how stupid you look? That's it, you're not allowed back in here. Got my money back. So I coughed very loudly on the way out and called them fucking ridiculous. And everyone was looking at me as if I'd like shit in their shoes or whatever. I was like, fuck me. Never. I don't think I've been back to McDonald's ever again. Like,
oh, mate, that was one of my like favourite stories during it. With obviously,
it was hilarious.
Like, the way you are. Like I'm very different to you. Like I was very. Oh mate, I just fucking put a mask on. Not like I was abiding by the rules in the sense of like, I just want to buy a toilet roll. Like I just want to buy a toilet roll in the 7th shop I've been in. Like I've been in.
That's the problem. Too many
mate,
people are like that.
Mate, I remember it was a friend. I tried to get a toilet roll and I think I had a Domino's, which makes me shit. I was like, I need some toilet roll now. And then my friend on Instagram posted something about toilet roll. I was like, mate, get me some toilet roll, please.
Two's on that.
Two's on that. I'll have twos on that, please. And I was like, mate, just get me a fucking thing. She goes, oh, my corner shop's got like 8 fucking 4 rolls, so like 8 bags of 4 rolls. I was like, get me a fucking bag, please. So she got me like 4 rolls. I was like, drove to hers, booked up 4 rolls. Like, this is fucking mental. Like, I go to a local Tesco, and the queue was fucking mental. I was like, what the fuck? Like, we're gonna walk down the same fucking aisle.
Yeah. Do you know what?
At that point, like, my mind was blown, because like, I would just stand in the queue, oblivious, and I thought, to begin with, like, I remember, like, our stepdad, at the beginning point, was very, very wary, and had, like, obviously posted his message out and said, by the way, this is probably deadly, as most human beings at that point thought it would be. I was on my own, and I remember going, fucking hell, is it that deadly? Like, fucking hell, it might be that deadly. We don't know.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I get it.
That's what I was saying.
Scaremongering.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. Was like, we didn't know how deadly it was, and yet it was like the whole thing was, if you can work from home, work from home. If you can't, you can still go to work. Well, quite clearly, I can't fit a light in an office while I'm sitting in my living room. Like, that doesn't work. So we had to go to work. So then, as I was saying, originally my angle was, well, hold on a fucking minute.
Weren't you lassoing from your garden?
Yeah. Straight, like 30-mile fucking cable I launched from my back garden to try and put a light up in an office on the 6th floor.
Mate,
in the
to be
middle
fair,
of
you
central
smashed
London.
that light fitting.
Yeah, it looks great.
Hero.
It didn't quite land on the ceiling where it was supposed to, but it got somewhere near. But yeah, that was my original angle. Was like, hold on, I don't give a shit.
You lit up the 2
about
meters
us.
apart signs.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just fucking, it's just crazy. Like, and how, this is what I was saying about like, that whole McDonald's thing, yeah? There was, I don't know, maybe 30 people in the line, yeah? And it was only me not wearing a mask. You see, if all 30 people had turned around and gone, I'm not wearing a mask, what would they have done? Would they have banned every single person from coming in?
Maybe you were stood in that same line,
With the,
next to the same glass.
Yeah.
Next to, like, the same fucking
Yeah.
path.
And I wasn't ill.
No, and you did, mate.
So this
Like-
is the thing, like, so you see, if people are ill, or if people are vulnerable, yeah, isolate them. But it should still be their choice to isolate. So, old people, okay, yeah, they're more susceptible to getting ill. Okay, it would be advisable if maybe you stayed at home while this bout of flu is going about.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair enough comment. If they choose to abide by that, it's their choice. If they go, I think I'm fucking better than that, and I think my immune system is better, carry on doing your own fucking thing. You don't isolate healthy people.
No. Mate, I remember my nan and granddad, they're still here. Fair play, smashed the COVID. My grandma, who turned 100 this year,
Yeah.
bless her, she's still here. I remember she had messaged me saying, do you want to come round? And I went, yeah, I'll do whatever. Like, I'm living alone. And the same with a lot of my family, yourself included. We would meet in the garden 2 meters apart, whatever.
Definitely.
We would integrate in our family circles.
In
Like,
our bubbles.
as long as, mate, I had like 9 bubbles. I fucking loved it. I was dating at the
So
time.
many of us.
Mate,
You're
I was
basically bubble shooter.
Mate, I was dating at the time, and I remember I first met Emma, and Emma went, I think we have a very different view on COVID. And I went, yeah, I think we do. But anyway, that's regardless of the conversation. We, my nan and granddad said, obviously we're older, we're susceptible apparently to this virus. You can
Let's
come
have a
round.
threesome.
You can come. You can't have a threesome. Annoyingly,
This time.
grandma's game. She's Jehovah's, so she's fucking surviving whatever. But I remember, like, we were at my nan and granddad's, and I was like, "Give me a fucking cuddle." We just cuddled each other and sat in the garden. We went, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, I remember sitting there, and then we cuddled each other, and then still sat on like how we're sat now. But imagine like
Yeah.
Kieran's like a metre that way, and obviously you're sat over there, and we're sitting there talking, thinking, "Oh, we are
Yeah.
protecting whatever," but we're all okay. Like we've tested that we should do like work. You have to do your fucking tests. We're good. Like we aren't causing a nuisance or a problem to society
Yeah. I think
at this point.
I think the funniest thing for me was when they was really starting to push the jabs. They were going, this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and it was fucking, that shit was spreading all the way through. Like every single news channel you could possibly think of was saying it, and people were just repeating it. Like that whole indoctrination had happened. People had been brainwashed. People had thought that was it. You looked on any sort of like news article, you looked at any post on Facebook, and it was like people going, "The unvaccinated are so selfish. I've had my vaccine. I want to get back to normal life." And it would be like anything you looked at. Like someone put like, "Oh, these unvaccinated people, can't we just have Christmas? Is the unvaccinated people's problem because they haven't been vaccinated?" All of this fucking bullshit, right? And it was like, hold on a fucking minute, right? People who haven't been vaccinated tend to be the people who probably don't test either, right? So you see all of these rising cases that are still happening. Where do you think that rising cases are coming from? I think that rising cases are coming from people who are testing.
Vaccinated.
And the people who are testing are the people who have been vaccinated. So, how is that the unvaccinated people's problem? Like, we're not fucking testing.
Mate, this just comes from numbers, though. Like, I've got, like, I was testing through work, like, whatever. Like, I followed that fucking mainstream sheep shit at that particular point. Like, at that point, yeah, I was like, you know what, I'll just fucking test. I'm cool. In my head, I tested, I was negative. I can walk into a shop, and it got to a point where I was like, I don't wear my mask anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm clean. Like, I'm not heroin anymore. I'm clean.
I'm clean
And
30
I'm like,
days straight.
hang on, why have I got to walk into a shop, even though I've tested this morning, negative,
Yeah.
and I can't walk into a shop? Oh yeah, but just in case you get it. I was like, but everyone's wearing masks.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's wearing the PPE that you've told them to wear. So surely, me walking in negative on your stage, I'm good. I am good walking in there, me being a lovely human being, making sure that I'm not spreading any germs or diseases, flu, whatever you want to call it.
Chlamydia.
I've got a cold, I don't feel unwell, I'm walking in. I can't spread chlamydia in the fridge aisle, only in the freezer aisle. But,
Can I make one request?
Yeah.
Can we move on from COVID?
mate, yeah,
Because
Of
my
course we can,
fucking
fancy pants.
my brain just dipped about an hour ago because I fucking hate it all.
mate, to be honest, I don't
I
mind
just have
talking about
nothing.
it.
I just have
but I've
nothing
got-
to say on the matter anymore because I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I just don't care.
Mate,
have
I just
nothing
got
to
like
say
little
about it.
funny stories from it because like when COVID first happened, I was dating, so like I wasn't necessarily abiding by the rules. I had people wearing masks standing 2 meters apart, coming from my flat, so outside the door, and they couldn't come in because of COVID, and I didn't let them in because I don't want to get squashed by the government. But but every single person I know were all breaking the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, like, I understand people getting ill, and I understand there is probably a little thing that will make people more unwell. But they made it into this fucking huge
it's
thing.
wild.
But let's just change the subject because I really like UFC.
Yeah, me too. Oh, we're doing an MMA one tomorrow. We can't talk about it.
Are you really?
Well, yeah, it's the MMA pod tomorrow.
Is it? Well, with the 6 guys.
Yeah, the 6 guys.
Ah,
So we're gonna end up.
So
talking
we
about
can't
UFC,
talk
so-
about anything now.
No, that's it.
Okay, why don't we talk about
We
our
can talk
UFC
about anything.
experience? We can talk about like the undercards because obviously in your MMA
Well,
tomorrow.
we're talking about tomorrow.
Just like the
What we
origins,
want to
but
do
we're gonna
tomorrow
have
is the
actually-
origins,
Origins.
of MMA.
But we can talk about our experience on our first UFC event.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
We turned up March 17th. The year prior we spoke about it was like, no, we won't buy the tickets. And then we bought these tickets.
Well, they hadn't been back to London for fucking ages, had they?
No,
They hadn't been over to London for like 5-6 years. It was crazy.
And we were talking about booking these tickets. So Kieran alluded to the fact that he lives in a simulation because he had 2 of his pals, which is Lewis and
His brother,
his brother.
Dennis.
What's his little brother's name?
older brother Dennis.
My older brother Dennis. They come to the same gig, and we were fucking buzzing, like proper buzzing. I
remember being steaming before I even got there because I don't drink anymore. I don't drink at all for the last 5-6 years. It's not really my thing. And I got to yours early that morning. We got to your flat, and you were like, "Do you want a beer?" And I was like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll have a beer." So then we had a beer, and then you were like, "Do you want another beer?" And then I had another beer, and then you're like, "Do you want a whiskey?" And I was like, "Do I want a whiskey at like at 12 o'clock?"
Just so you know, this is the first time Kieran had been to my flat after 2 years being in it, and I went, "You've not been here before. This is my shed.
This is my shed, and we're gonna get drunk."
This is my alcohol. This is my bar."
So we
And it
got
was-
drunk and then got an Uber, and I just remember getting to the O2 and I was like, I'm fucking steaming already, man. What the fuck?
We got to we picked up Lewis and Dennis at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe earlier than that,
I can't remember.
and we were all buzzing because it's our first UFC gig. I know you're going to probably talk about this tomorrow, and I apologise if this is repeated on tomorrow's podcast, or the next week, whichever day it comes out. We got to the O2. We didn't really know what to expect. We bought some good seats, but we didn't actually know how good they were.
It was when we were walking around like the bit like when you go up before you go into like the actual arena bit, so you just walk around the outside bit like the bar and that is like the toilets and all that shit. It was when we walked around there, we walked past one of the doors. I remember I was next to Lou and like we looked to the left and we like looked through one of the doors and we saw the octagon for the first time and I was like, oh my fucking god! And I hit Lou and Lou was just like, what the fuck? And it was fucking buzzing in there. Like the energy in that place was nuts. It was so crazy.
We had gone for it was Paddy the Baddy, and we had
Tom Aspinall
Aspinall versus Volkov.
Heavyweight fucking champ.
Well, mate, interim heavyweight champ right now. But at that point, we went, fuck.
Yeah,
This man is in.
He just
We
took
also
down a 7-foot Russian and bent his arm into like fucking a billion pieces. Was like,
we
what?
also had Arnold Allen,
Beast,
Paul Craig,
beast.
Molly McCann with the
That
Molly
elbow.
McCann with the fucking back elbow.
Bro, that girl that she elbowed with that, she was out for about 5. I genuinely thought she was
Mate.
dead.
Mate,
Remember, because you know when you watch it on TV, they never obviously show like, could you see the knockout, and then it's like the replays, then the commentary team are talking about, and then there's like the post-fight interviews, then there's all of like the VT for the next fight, and you don't see any of that shit when you're there. She got knocked the fuck out, dude. She did not move for like 5 minutes. Legit fight, didn't fucking move. I was like, I think I might have just seen someone get killed. That was savage. That fucking elbow.
we were sat on these seats, so we walked down these stairs. So bearing in mind, like what Kieran just said, was we walked past this door and we could see the corner of the octagon. And I, like Kieran just said, he nudged Lou. I wet my pants.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! Like we're so
It was
close to the
so
octagon,
good.
and we thought we weren't going to be as close as we were. So we just booked these seats weirdly. Like me and Kieran booked our chairs. Our chairs. Our seats.
Yes.
We booked our armchairs. We booked our seats, and like Kieran said in a couple of podcasts ago, Lou and Dennis booked their seats like months after we booked ours,
Like a
and
resale
and they
website
basically just
and-
sat next to us, which was brilliant. We went to the bar, got a couple of beers. We thought, you know what, we are here for every fight. So we walked down just before the prelims, the early prelims. So we walked down, probably about 4 o'clock. Walked down to the seats and we sat down and went, fuck,
I was like, I'm so close.
we are ridiculously close. Like the photos that we took at that point, which were just like, oh my god, look how close your octagon is. Doesn't take.
No,
It doesn't even.
I look at them and I'm like, oh, you can't even capture how. But you can see like the sweat flying off and shit. Like you
Mate,
can say, oh, it's so
Mate,
good.
I said after, I was like, that you can't even describe it. Like you can see everything.
The only thing I wish I'd done differently, apparently they used to do it in like the old events in America. So they used to do, it's like remember we used to get at Brands Hatch when we used to go bike racing, you could get the, or Isle of Man, you get the little radios with the
commentary.
earphone, and so you could hear the commentary. They apparently used to do
fucking
that at
snooker.
UFC. Apparently you used to do that at the UFC, so you could hear like Joe Rogan, you could hear him like commentating while you were, so you could understand what's going on. Because you know, like sometimes like there'll be like a stoppage, and like if you watch it on TV without sound, you have no idea what the fuck's going on because there's like a stoppage, and like what the fuck was that? And but it's only you're relying on the commentators being like, oh, there was an eye poke, or oh, so and so's done this, or the ref stopped it because when you're sat there like you're like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
I'd loved it for him to.
but I don't think our experience needed that.
No,
Because
right.
I think every single fight, like, there's a reason that, like, we were very, very lucky. Like, we paid an extortionate amount of money for these seats, but every single fight, like, no joke, got performance of the night.
Oh, it was great.
And he gave bonuses. Dana White gave
So it
bonuses
had Pavlovich
to
in it.
every single fight. My favourite fight was Paul Craig.
Oh,
Right. Well, Aspen obviously smashed it. Paddy the Baddy fucking brought the crowd in. But that Paul Gray finish
He
was
getting
just out of
battered.
nowhere.
He was getting absolutely
He was
fucking
getting
battered.
pummeled in, and that I said to you earlier, watch that today. And that choke,
The way he catches that triangle is a fucking joke.
mate,
Like, how did you...
out of nowhere. But I said it's exactly the same with the you said Jamal Hill.
Jamal Hill.
Jamal
Hill.
Jamal Hill, where he just got him in and he was pummeling him in and didn't even choke him out. He
Nah.
just went. He ain't defending.
Yeah, he's fucked.
But who else we had Ilya. We had Ilya on, who's now going to be contender for Volkanovski,
Yeah.
which is I can't see him beating Volkanovski.
I can't see him being involved, but he's a good fighter though.
And then we also had Aspinall, which is obviously now the interim heavyweight. At that point, we went, he is quick. for
Yeah,
heavyweight.
like I knew he was quick anyway.
That's
like,
his first crowd.
I knew he was quick just from watching him like with his other fights, and I'd seen stuff on like Instagram and whatnot. But seeing that in person, that's like, what the fuck? How is it?
Mental.
How is a dude who's 6'4", 6'5", whatever? You're a fucking giant dude. He weighs like 250, 60 pounds, and he moves that quick. You're like, how?
He's like a welterweight. I said to
Yeah,
you, like,
yeah.
mate, he moves like a welterweight.
I don't understand. It's like he's such a specimen. I'm like, how is that fair? Like I'm 5'8". I weigh like 150 pounds wet through, and I'm like still not that quick. Like, and how is he that big and that jacked and fucking can still do it?
I'm 5'9" and weigh 260 pounds. So basically, I could be heavyweight.
Proper.
Mate, that
Old
was
school
such a
heavyweight.
good card as well. Like, I don't want to delve too much because obviously your podcast next week or week after, whenever it comes out.
Yeah, no,
But
that's a good card.
I think we had the best fight night that there's probably ever been.
yeah,
Like,
it was
in
it was
the
a
UFC
bang.
history. If you imagine all of the fights we had,
Is that just because we were there though?
no, I think if you
Because
look
I
at-
reckon if I watched that on TV, I would have been like, "That's a good card," but I don't know if I'd have remembered it and been like, "Oh, that was like one of the best
Mate, you
fight
had
nights."
Ronnie McCann's fucking swinging
Yeah,
out
I know.
like back elbow.
But that's what I mean. I don't know
followed
whether...
by Paddy the Baddy fucking smash that dude in, and then you had Aspinall coming off his no crowd. Right, I'm back in the UFC from
Yeah.
my first crowd.
And Arnold
Bosh.
Allen was there as well, wasn't
Arnold Allen, which fucking smashed it.
he? Bro, that was Dan Hooker, wasn't it?
Dan Hooker, which is
Yeah,
a
that's crazy.
veteran in the fucking UFC.
Love Dan Hooker.
I went earlier this year.
You paid ridiculous money though. So how
I
much
paid
were
the same. I paid £200 more,
you
but
You had the worst seats ever, didn't you? With
we
it?
had the worst seats ever. We were
Jeez.
getting like we were getting blocked by every single person going down the stairs to the floor seats,
So annoying.
and which was annoying. But we did get to see Aspinall was headlining against what's his name?
Curtis Blades.
No, that's when he broke his knee, done his knee in. The one after.
Was it the one after that?
Yeah.
Was that back in the UK?
Yeah, that was July, so March. And then you had July, which was against. Shit, what's his name? Can't remember, he headlined in. He weren't Blashovitz.
No, I'm sure it was.
It wasn't Blades.
Hang on. Let me have a look.
Weren't Tabura.
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah, Tabura. And he smashed him with a right hook. And we also had that day Paul Craig again.
Yeah.
I think he is one of my favourite UFC fighters.
Oh, he's a
Only
beast.
because of that finish we saw when he was getting pummeled in and he brought in that fucking
Yeah, it's a triangle, yeah.
triangle.
Yeah.
And him was just fucking him up,
Oh, he's fucking insane. Just elbowing the fuck out of his face while it's trapped.
mate. But I watched the Jamil Hill, whatever his name is, fight earlier,
Yeah.
and I went, it's exactly the same finish. Like he just getting pummeled
Yeah.
in and smashed him in because he's just waiting for it.
It's crazy because he had his arm all bent backwards and shit, didn't he? It was
Mate,
fucking...
that Aspinall finish against the one we saw, Volkov, where he just was on top of him and went, okay,
just
I'll just pull you
twisted
over it.
Mate, I can't. That guy's 7'2". His arms must be so long, and Aspinall just grabs it and goes,
twisted him.
"Yeet!"
He twisted
Oh,
him up, and we
man.
went, the fuck?
Madness.
Mate, that boy beats John Jones, hands down. I know you're going to disagree with me, and I only say
No,
this.
I don't disagree. I just don't think it's as easy as what you're thinking it's going to be. I don't think it's as clear cut. It's not clear cut.
Aspinall was a true heavyweight. John Jones obviously come up and put a bit of weight.
Nah, bro. He spent 2 years packing on 50 pounds of muscle, like legit.
John Jones spent 2 years doing coke.
No. He spent 2 years packing on muscle properly. Like he's a heavyweight. He's built like a heavyweight. He's not just a light heavyweight that's gone up. He's a heavyweight.
What you think? Do you think John Jones and Aspinall will go 5 rounds?
Could do.
I think Aspinall is now
Jones has never been knocked out. He's been rocked like twice in his career.
Hey, he got knocked down by fucking Reyes.
Yeah, so that's once.
Yeah, by Reyes.
Yeah, and Reyes was a fucking beast before that, but after that fight, he had like a fall off.
He went down,
Massively.
down.
Massive fall off. But he was a fucking beast. Like you can't. People are like, yeah, it was by Reyes. I'm like, yeah, but people forget because Reyes' last few fights have been shit. But
what
Reyes,
was it? Santos,
Thiago Santos.
Yeah, Santos was also.
Yeah,
right, bear in mind, I've watched his fights today just because, in case we were talking about it, because I'm not a John Jones fan. I'm a massive Aspinall fan.
I'm not a John Jones fan as a person. I think he's a cock, but as a fighter, his fight IQ, dude, is a joke. His wrestling is a joke. His ground game is a joke. His stand up is a joke.
Do you reckon GSP should come back?
Nah.
Done.
Yeah, just leave it. Don't come back.
I think he should come back.
Nah, it's dumb. It starts getting into gimmick fights. I fucking hate it. It'll start turning into boxing.
Yeah.
We'll end up with
boxing now is fucking wank.
It's just gimmick. I hate it. Shit.
Ross is back now.
Welcome back. If you're back,
You haven't done that for the last 2 podcasts.
I know. Well, I felt like it's a bit forced.
No, I like it.
You like it? Do you miss it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
No, we
back.
just like started rolling straight into him and just started chatting. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Well, you've been a lot better on this one anyway.
I felt like I've been a little bit better. I put my hand up this time.
I don't think I've heard you say also once.
No, I've actually put my hand up to try and just... If I've got a thing...
If I've got a thing, I say a thing. Well, this is the place to do all stuff and some things.
It is very true.
So we've spoken about... We don't talk about COVID anymore.
No.
Bog brushes, we've done that.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's number one
That's
topic.
that's covered.
UFC, that's out.
Covered.
I've got something for sale.
£40.99.
Yeah, telly shopping, cleaning products.
Holidays? Hollybobs?
Yeah, we did Portugal.
Yeah,
didn't we?
our Portugal holiday was fucking fun, wasn't it?
Did we speak about
Can we talk about our Portugal holiday?
Yeah, because we were speaking about it in I thought we'd spoke about that in the pod, but we were actually speaking about that at
We
the
did.
pub.
We did.
Pod and pub sound very similar.
Could we, like, you're now, like, we're like 13 years on since your escapade in Portugal.
Are we clear of that yet? I'm not sure. It wasn't Madeleine McCann in Portugal, by the way, guys.
No,
that was me.
Yeah, that was the
And
other
she's
one.
in my microwave.
Should see.
Speaking of that, I really want to do an episode of Madeleine McCann because there's some fucked up shit going on.
Also, you can make so many jokes about her.
We can just get her out of the.
Yeah, we can interview her live for
That's why Dave-
exclusive world
Why do you think I've got
first.
the camper
Is that what Dave moved?
Yeah,
Dave's daddy, by the way.
yeah.
Dave.
Dave Daddy.
Yeah, that's all
Instagram.
fucked up. There's definitely some more conspiracies we could definitely
Do you
go
think
to.
you should get Dad on his podcast?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Would you not?
And do you know what the
'Cause
best
I
bit?
imagine-
Do you know what the best bit is? He's not even listening. So fuck you, Dad.
Does not listen.
He does.
He doesn't.
He
listen.
does
Of course
listen.
He fucking
No, he
does.
doesn't.
He listens
No, he
after
doesn't.
12 Strong Boys Deep.
Bro, he
Listen-
can't even listen to a 3-minute fucking song that I try and show him.
Yeah.
He's not
To be
listening
fair,
to a 3-hour
I tried to
podcast.
show him a Scroobius Pip song. Now, you know how he's like, you know when you try and show Dad music, he's just like, the Stranglers are the best. I agree with him. The Stranglers are the best.
Is he African?
Yeah.
The Stranglers are the best.
The
I
Stranglers
went to
are-
the village.
The Stranglers are the best, but when you try and show him any other music, so I tried to show him a Scroobius Pip song. Scroobius Pip's lyrics are fucking like genius.
Poetic.
Yeah, poetic and genius, right? And you can listen to the whole song. It might be like a 3-minute song. You'll listen to it, and for 2 minutes 59 seconds, you'll be sitting there going, it's alright. And in the last 10 seconds, he says the last line, which makes you rethink the whole song, and you go, what the fuck? He just blow my mind. So he's got a song about Tommy Cooper, right? You know what happened to Tommy Cooper? Magician
Is that
/
a conspiracy as
comedian.
well?
Huh?
Is that a conspiracy as well?
No. great comedian slash magician, and
Bill Clinton said no.
his shows are great. I love watching Tommy Cooper stand up stuff, and Scroobius Pip does this song about Tommy Cooper, and literally I don't know if it's on Spotify, but it's definitely on YouTube back in the day, just called Tommy C. And this whole thing, he starts off, he's like basically talking about beauty, and it's in the eye of the beholder and all of this shit. And he goes on and he explains a little bit about Tommy Cooper and what he does, and he gets to the end of it, he explains how he died, he says this line, and it's like fucking mind blowing. You're like, oh my fucking god. Basically
What's
says
the
like,
line?
so Tommy Cooper, basically on his last ever show, didn't notice his last ever show at the time, but he basically collapsed on stage, the curtain closed around him, and everyone just thought it was like
Crowd
a big
went
finale.
wild, didn't they?
Yeah, and the crowd were fucking clapping, cheering, went home, right? So he's like,
Tommy Cooper didn't go home.
no, he didn't go home, everyone else did, well, other than him.
He went to the morgue, mate.
Yeah, so the line went something along the lines of, he was playing in the London Palladium once more. In what seemed like a finale, Tommy dropped to the floor. The crowd erupted in laughter and applause. Unbeknown to them, what they had witnessed was Tommy Cooper's death. And they all went home. But like, basically, what he said was like in his finale, which wasn't his finale, but ended up ultimately being his finale. He dropped to the floor. They all thought that it was a trick.
It was part of the bit.
Yeah,
right?
part of his act. They've all stood up, giving him a fucking round of applause, like standing ovation, all fucked off home, not knowing that
What
he's
happened?
just fucking died on stage, giving it his all. And it was like, now tell me one fucking thing that's more beautiful than that. And you're just like,
Mate,
oh my
What a
fucking god, what a line!
mate, imagine being a performer where you haven't even got to do an encore anymore with a fucking
You just
stage
gotta
thing,
die.
and you go, you know what?
I
I'm out.
I just got to have a heart attack on stage, and it's becoming more and more.
I got a fun little activity. I just thought though.
Go on,
So I just typed in top 10 conspiracy theories.
go on.
I thought what we should do.
Number one,
What we should do is just do a quick run through
Go on,
and
then.
no in-depth answers, but just I'm going to read out the
Do we believe
conspiracy
it or do we
and
not?
yes or no whether you believe
Okay,
it.
go on.
Alright,
All right. Number one.
Oh,
Myths-
we go from 10 or 1?
They're not really in order.
Okay,
They're
right.
just.
Just
I don't know
just
how
a
you.
collection.
I don't know. You're getting confused
Is
with
it the
lists,
top 10
list
deadly-
again. I don't know.
deadly-
I don't know how
Is it
you're
Steve Irwin
ranking.
got stung by a stinger?
Yeah, I don't know how you're ranking these like conspiracies. They're just conspiracies.
mosquito.
Myths about the Holocaust. So basically, did the Holocaust happen or not?
Right, so I read a thing on this. I know you said you didn't want to get into it too much, but I read some
So they
bits.
pushed the anti-Semitic notion that the Holocaust was invented or exaggerated to garner sympathy and monetary gains for Jewish people,
Yeah.
while serving and advancing Jewish interests.
So there were some things I read about certain death camps being altered by the time Allied
Okay.
troops got there.
We're going to go too deep on all of these
We're going to go too
conspiracies.
deep.
Yes or
Right.
no? Did it? Do you believe it happened? What are you saying on the
I
whole
think it
Holocaust?
happened. Possibly it was exaggerated. Either way, lots of people died. It was a horrendous thing. Again, if it come out as
He's
a
impossible. He
complete
can't do a yes or no,
hoax-
can he?
I can't because like things.
No,
just
I
don't
know.
shock me
I know, but
anymore.
just this is why I said let's go quick because otherwise we're going to take 4 hours
Yes or
on
no?
each one.
Do
you-
the thing is, you can't give just a yes.
All
or no,
right,
you sound like
what
a
are you
cunt,
saying, Scott?
but yeah, okay.
Yes.
Right.
Well, you think it did happen?
The Holocaust happened.
Yeah.
I've seen the glasses.
Okay, cool. Number 2, the CIA had a hand in JFK's assassination.
100%.
100%.
They definitely did. They did. Yeah.
100%.
100%. By the way, if
Don't
you're
even-
listening,
100%.
if you're listening and you're interested in JFK, I'm going on a browsing history podcast. I believe we're recording it Sunday. It will probably be released the following Sunday because that's when they release their episodes. If you haven't listened to any browsing history podcasts, go and listen to them guys because they're funny as fuck. And half the time I forget to talk when I'm on their fucking podcast because it's just an amazing live experience. But we're going to town with JFK.
Second to that, if you go to bidup.tv, you can get 2 of the podcasts.
For $40.99. I was going for a backwards high five.
Yeah.
Right. CIA, JFK assassination.
Yes,
Scott, what you saying?
I agree.
It weren't Lee Harvey Oswald.
No. Mate,
Okay,
he took the
right.
rap. I've seen.
End of. Go.
This
next
is
one.
this is
Yeah,
Yes
I
or
know.
no's?
this is because it's going to frustrate everyone. Then it's good. Number 3, the moon landings were faked.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think we landed on the moon.
no,
I
I
don't
think,
think
I
we
think
landed
they
on
were
the
real.
You
Do
think
ya?
they?
You think that they phoned the president
No, I
on
think
a BT
Right,
landline
right.
on the moon?
We're on the moon, mate.
It's just a load of fucking.
Neil
Just lying
Armstrong,
farts.
Buzz Aldrin. Imagine having a Scottish name like fucking Buzz Aldrin, right? I fucking landed it, you cunt.
It's just a fuckload of junkies.
Mate, I come down and I put a flag of iron, bro. But they told me to take it down.
It was just a fuckload of junkies in a Glasgow alleyway. That was it.
Right, we read in a castle, mate.
Moon accents are done now. Number 4. Princess Diana's death was no accident.
It was no accident.
No accident.
Definitely
Yeah,
no
no
accident.
accident.
Yeah, that was definitely Queen Liz getting her.
Lizzie the lizard fucked her over.
Alright, cool. Number 5. 9/11 was an inside job.
100%. Bush
100%
done it.
Bush
well,
did it.
Even if it wasn't Bush, it was somebody from
I've
the
got two
CIA.
I've got 2 t-shirts that say so. So fact.
Yeah, there's too many cut beams, like molten lava and fucking...
Mate, you don't knock down 2 fucking towers from a
3.
fucking plane.
3
Three
with 2
with
planes.
2 planes.
Towers.
Talk about 2 birds, 1 stone.
Mate, it's like an earthquake. An earthquake would knock down all them fucking buildings. You don't knock down a fucking 95th floor on 2 fucking buildings from the bottom, right? Easy fucking...
All I got to say on
Maths.
the matter is when Building 7 went down after a couple of hours of an office fire, just look at the state that Grenfell was in. The structure of Grenfell is still there. So, carry on. Next one.
Number 6. Mass shooting. Oh, you'll like this one.
Is
Mass
it her?
shootings like Sandy Hook, you know, the woman, were false flags.
Yeah, I haven't got £1 billion to say yes or no on that
Mate,
one.
I think Americans are psychos anyway. And because they got, like, no gun law, I think they just go in there and go, you know what? Watch this. I think it's not conspiracies. I think they just go in
There's
there
a lot of
for
questionable
fun.
shit. A lot of questionable shit with Sandy Hook.
I don't know. I think that's legit.
But you think someone's gone in there? I think someone's gone in there just to go because they can.
Quite
Yeah.
possibly, yeah. But
I don't
again,
think there's anything untoward.
but
Really.
Because they can't.
Look, if it come out that Alex Jones was right and he's been fined at £1.1 billion for no reason, I wouldn't be shocked.
So he thinks. Oh,
There was crisis actors involved, supposedly. There's a lot of dodgy goings on. There was a lot of
so like a
there's
random.
a lot of parents who lost a child during the shooting, who then come and done like a media presentation, who didn't seem like they just lost a child. Put it that way.
Right, so
There were some questionable things.
Right,
I'm
but-
not saying it didn't happen.
I know this is yes or no game, but I just want to ask a question. So the other perspective of people died is the fact of no one died.
Yes,
Really?
and everyone was crisis actors. Yes.
Right.
Like one of the theories is that the school had been closed for years,
I thought it was one woman that died.
and her name was Sandy.
I thought she just won an Oscar or something. I don't know. Number 7. Top Democrats are behind a child sex ring.
Yes.
Yes,
100%.
absolutely. All of them. Also,
Epstein!
why would you get to that point where you can have any single human being to then go to fucking children?
Well, this is the thing.
Cunts.
We spoke about this before, right? So it's kind of like this: when you could have anybody, when you're so famous that you could have anybody that you wanted.
But who finds a kid
No, listen.
sexy?
Listen. Right. So you know when you got like there's kinks, yeah. There's certain kinks, yeah. If you are rich or famous enough, you could have any person doing any kink that you wanted because you've got enough money for that. You then need to go deeper than that and find something else to kick your kink.
And you think that people that have come into this circle have got the same kink where... Oh, mate, it blows my fucking brain. Because,
Yeah.
like, no... I say to my pals all the time, like, do you know any, like, freaks, like, weirdos? Because I don't. I don't know any murderers, any fucking, like...
Tom York from Radiohead. I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, 100%.
Alright,
He is.
okay.
And David Cameron fucked a pig. And
Yeah.
now he's back in the cabinet despite not
Yeah,
being a member
he's
of
in an
Parliament.
unelected position in an unelected fucking
Oh,
House
wait,
of
we
Lords
had
democracy!
by unelected
Yeah,
people.
but the whole Conservative government now is non-elected
Mate,
people
the
in
whole
positions.
the whole government, regardless of whether they're Labour or fucking Conservative, twats.
Fuck them.
Carry
Right,
on.
anyway. Number 8 is... The Earth is actually flat.
No,
Nah,
I
it's
don't
not
agree.
for
I
me.
don't
It's
agree.
not for me, man. That's too.
I think
nah.
I swerve on the side of no. I don't think it
I
is.
can't do
I
it.
think-
There's no swerving on the side for me. I'm like,
I think we
There's
are
some
just.
very. If you, I think what you need to do is look into it, research it, maybe listen to a couple of podcasts, watch a couple of documentaries on it, and just go. That's an interesting theory.
the
And then-
only.
And mate, I
thing-
understand-
It sort of brings me back towards the middle to go again. If it turned out that it was true, I wouldn't be shocked,
the only
but I don't think it.
the only thing that has me questioned is the whole like flight path
Yes,
from like South Africa
Because
to
that's-
Australia.
because we
they
worked
fly
that out.
like
we
the wrong
sat
way
and
around,
worked that out
and-
ourselves.
So that one throws me off. But the rest of it, I'm like, if it turns out that the Earth is flat, that means that fucking everything ever is just
Is
fucked.
a lie.
Is
Yeah,
wrong.
this is what I mean. Though this is why I say it's interesting because if you look at the theories behind it, and you go, oh. That seems plausible. This bit seems plausible. Bit seems plausible. And then you go, right, if that was true, fuck me, what a lie. Fuck me, everything I know is a lie. It could potentially be one of the biggest conspiracies ever.
Yeah, I'm saying it's bullshit.
The only way that we like, for my perspective on it, is we've all travelled to one end of the globe to the other.
Apparently.
Well, we fly down to a certain particular place,
Yeah.
and our time zones are different. So we can put our watches back to 5 hours or plus 5 hours,
But
or
who's
whatever it might
controlling
be.
the time? Time is also
But-
made up.
Well,
Time is also man-made.
it depends who you talk to. Well, time is man-made in the sense that we have to abide by a clock at a certain point. However, by abiding by that clock at a certain point, you get to a point where someone else is abiding by that clock at a certain point, and the sun is in a different place. So you say, so we either fucking spinning on a flat axis, which is
But then it would
I
never
don't
get
think
dark.
it's a thing because you would still fucking be here, but we fly down or west, east, wherever you're going. I just can't see how that
Nah,
conspiracy
it
theory
ain't for me.
is legit. I can't see it. I think science at this point wins.
But you know that we used to think that we was on a flat Earth.
Yeah, but before you understood,
Up to
Yeah,
like
but
Galileo.
we also
before you
used to think that God did everything.
No, I don't think we always have.
most people had
Most people
until
had.
they like generation. Like if you're thinking,
I'm
apparently, like,
talking like thousands of years.
like, before they
I'm
run.
talking like pre-BC, pre-BC, pre-AD. In BC,
Minus one bit.
Yeah.
before people would worship the sun,
Yeah.
not a god. They would worship the sun and would see the sun as the light.
Yeah. So
versus
then,
the
how
dark.
do
you
you
seen-
okay? But then, how do you explain the like, fucking what's the word? Perimeter of the base of the
Have you
pyramid
seen Brian-
times in
Yeah,
times in
it's all
by
to
the
do with
height.
the sun.
Have you seen
No,
Brian
but it
Cox's?
matches. No, but it's the exact circumference of the globe. What would that? How? If it's
Have-
flat, what's that measurement then?
Have you seen Brian Cox's video where he's got
Diagonals,
these
diagonals.
like
I don't believe Brian
mountains
Cox
carved
because
in, which is with like random little humps. I can't remember who he was.
Brian Hawks was a keyboard player in a new wave band, and now he's the most cleverest man in
Mate,
the world. How did that happen?
Well, when we were in
I play the keyboards. I do the dee 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 dee.
when we were in Riga, my mate, I can't talk about
His
name.
name's Brian.
His
surname's
name's
Cox.
Brian Cox, right? He said Brian Cox song ketamine. He goes, you can't trust anything Brian Cox says because it's on ketamine, and we just fucking went, what? Brian Cox is a spokesman for someone that's obviously giving his fucking
Yeah,
some stuff.
yeah. He's
However,
a puppet.
it was a very nice documentary that I watched. But even if like now,
He's got a very interesting
our
voice.
son, like the son's the one, all right. Your son's the one, all right. Your son is the next prodigal prince,
My son's a fucking hero.
yeah, and he's gonna be the next Jesus.
Do you know what's quite funny on the next one?
Uh,
So the next one's COVID-19. So
We're not talking
you
about
shut the
that.
fuck up. You shut the fuck up. We're not talking about that. But it just goes on about like the basic outline of the thing. Microchips. Bill Gates is not only responsible for the virus, but also the head of the plot to use the virus to population. And this is the only conspiracy on this website that's started to word the paragraphs like this. But then it's like, "Are you tired yet? I am." And then it's like, blah 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 blah. COVID could be Chinese bioweapon, or it could just be that in time historical political blah 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 blah. Take your pick. and then in brackets, and get your vaccine if you're able to.
At the bottom of the...
That's the bottom of the...
So that means
Yeah. Moving on. Number 10. Area 51 is home to lots of aliens.
No, I think it's home to
I think
lots
it-
of fucking random.
I
fucking
think
And
may
it
have-
says, and government secrets.
yeah, I think it may have been at one point aliens. I
You said
think
giants.
maybe now it's giants.
You're really on the giant hype.
I love the
Hey,
giants.
imagine.
I think the giants are.
I want to see the giants.
Well, they found giant skeletons. Definitely, that's recorded. Definitely.
How tall?
They're talking like 8 or 9 foot.
Oh, right. So the tallest man on Earth now is what, 7 foot?
7 foot.
No, he's 8 foot.
8 foot.
8 foot. Yeah.
Right, so a foot taller.
Yeah. But like it was.
I want a giant to be like 20 foot tall.
Yeah,
I want a giant to
I
be
want
like
Game of Thrones.
You know when you used to play Harry Potter
I think-
on PlayStation,
Yeah,
and you'd
yeah.
fight them little trolls that are like twice the size of you with their massive truncheons. You know the truncheon, mate. You just want to fucking batter me.
But like bearing in mind when these skeleton remains have been found, they've been like aged to when we was all like a 5'5" person was a tall person. So an 8 foot or 9 foot person back then would have been a giant, basically.
So you think they've like breeded?
Yeah, but like, when is that supposedly from? Because the whole 5'5" person isn't.
Well, Jesus was about 4 foot, wasn't
If he was real,
If he
which
was
he
real.
wasn't.
4 foot.
he? Apparently so.
No.
Was he really?
No, it's
Jesus was
that's
a hobbit.
like, that is
Like because it's what
the whole
Hang-
the whole
there was a-
height
there was-
whole height thing is blown so far out of proportion.
Yeah.
It's a
Mate,
joke.
you know like when you go to like mass graveyards, I don't know, bring it to that point. Like you go to Somme and you have the little
Yeah.
the little crosses.
that was like the cross
Jesus. That
would
was
have been on.
Jesus.
So like I would have been better than Jesus because if I was tied to his cross, I'd have been able to just stand up and pull the cross
Mate,
out.
imagine
the
a seagull got buried in the Somme like, with that fucking
with his
wingspan.
11-foot wingspan.
Yeah, so in the 1600s, the average height of a man was 5'8". That's
Yeah,
the
so what was it-
That's
so
the
what was it-
1600s.
So what was it when Jesus was about?
Well, 5,000 years ago, the average height, early humans, so this is 5,000 years ago, based on archaeologists have been able to glean from historical research, males had an average height of 5'6", while
Oh, really?
females were small at an average of 5'1".
Oh really?
That's what it's. Everything
Yeah,
got blown
it's
so
been
far out of
blown
proportion
proportion.
because people saw like a small door once in like a Tudor thing, and they were like,
Well,
people used to be 3 foot
A
tall.
lot of doors are very small. Why?
Yeah, well, because they obviously didn't make them. Now it's like a
They
standard
obviously
height
didn't
for a
make people
door.
like that.
It's like a standard height for a door, like a standard height for a window. A standard, you have standards now. But back then it was just like, we need a bit of wood to fit this
Pretty
gap. Hang on, wait. This is kind of interesting.
Go on.
So one of the question was, how tall were humans 10,000 years ago? So 5,000 years ago, the average was, where is it?
5'6".
Okay, 5'6" for a male.
5,000 years ago.
5,000 years
I'd-
ago. So
I'd
that's
have been- I'd have
that's
been
like
average.
that's talking
5,000 years ago.
3,000 BC. So we're
Are
talking.
you 5'6"?
I think so.
How tall are you? How old are you?
How old are you?
Camera-
27, bro.
Cameroon.
5'9", just under.
Yeah, boy. 5'9"'s average height, and I'm saying.
You're taller than 5'9".
I'm 5'9".
No, you're taller.
5'9"
than 5'9".
on the dot. 175 centimeters.
No, you're taller than 5'9".
No.
Anyway, 5,000 years ago, 5'6" for a bloke, 5'1" for a girl, and then 10,000.
where in
years
the
ago,
world? Where in
so
the-
5,000 years ago, further than that, was the average height of European males was 5'4". A dramatic reduction in the size of humans occurred at this time. Many scientists think that's due to this was a reduction was influenced by global climatic change and the adoption of
Oh, they had a
agriculture.
fucking Greta on the go back then, didn't they?
We are
No, they're talking about younger, drier shit.
Oh yeah.
They're not like, bro.
But I bet they had a Greta back then. She was like a Neanderthal
think-
fucking Greta, and she was like, "You've stolen my future.
Guys, do
How
you...
dare you!" And then the fucking floods come, and she's like, "I fucking told ya. No one listened to me."
You could have got on the ark, you cunt. Not two of you prick. Do you think, like the last couple 100 years, where we've had this massive change in the Industrial Revolution and technology and all of that, do you think we had the technology we have now, in the sense of like aeroplanes, they could fly, back in the ages that we are taught through our Western
Give me a
curriculum.
time frame.
Like,
Yeah,
do
give us a
you
time
thi-
frame.
You're confusing me with
Well-
what you're asking. If you're talking
Do you
Graham
say that
Hancock
were
level,
the
or are
Romans
you...
flying? No.
No. Do you think like
Were the
back in
Egyptians
like
flying?
like
No.
they say civilization's been around for
Be careful here. Be
Bearing
careful what you say here.
Bearing in
like
mind,
how long has civilization been
bearing in
around?
mind
But
the
that
sophisticated lectures that
No,
we've
that
been
depends-
through.
This
that
only comes
depends
from
on
this
who
only
you're
comes
listening
from
to.
This comes from the same guy who got
Books.
vaccinated twice because he just wanted to.
And
get
thought
along
Sandy
with
Hook
everyone.
was a fucking woman.
right. I got vaccinated twice because I wanted to go to Italy. All right. No, I didn't want to Italy. I want to go somewhere else. Anyway, I got vaccinated twice because I can't. And Sandy Hook is a woman. She was in Miss Congeniality, and she
She's
was
an extra.
World Peace.
I'm going to go on RuPaul's Drag Race and my drag name's going to be Sandy Hook.
Right. What sort of time frame are you thinking?
Yeah.
No, so civilization
He doesn't know.
apparently has been around for.
You tell me. What do you think?
Mate,
it
I
is?
don't.
What do you think
Do you
it
think
is?
the Egyptians were first?
What do you think it is?
Do you think the Egyptians were first?
I don't think. I think civilization's been around for like millions of years.
Interesting.
No, I-
Dinosaur civilization? Or?
No, I think dinosaurs are around. And what's that? Billions?
Humans weren't around there.
How do we know?
Well, the earliest form of anatomically modern humans, so the same as us, is at the minute oldest they found is 360,000 years old.
Okay, so 100,000 years.
Yeah.
Got it right. So, do you think someone discovered something at one point, left a book for someone to read, or some notes in a wall that they built out of mud, and Newton went, I've got it.
No, that's what the pyramids are.
Right, so the pyramids were built.
The things like that, anything megalithic and that big, were built to last.
Yeah, how did they do that?
How did they build them?
Exactly, but that's what I mean. There might be hidden.
There was something.
there
There was
but
something
yeah, but that's what
there.
It's almost as if ancient Greta was telling them something big was going to happen.
No,
the world was
it's-
going to end, and then they went, right, okay, let's build a big old thing that's going to last these floods. So they built the pyramids with all the technology they had, and they wrote all of the shit in the walls. What they didn't realise is after Noah's Ark come and fucking everything got wiped out.
You think
and
Noah's
after
Ark is a
that-
thing?
After Noah's Ark come.
Do you think Noah's Ark
your
is a thing?
timelines just went about 7,000 places all over.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Do
giving
you
a
think
brief,
Noah's-
a brief description.
You're talking
of
about
history.
Greta Neanderthal,
you
so
went,
I'm
you went
talking.
science and biblical.
You went
Like,
Greta Neanderthal, which is 10,000 years ago,
Yeah.
and then you went pyramids, which is 5,000 years,
Yeah.
potentially 5,000 years ago, and then you went
No, I reckon
Noah's
before
Ark,
that.
which would have been about 12,000 years ago with the Younger Dryas. Where are we going? Where are you starting your story?
I was just giving a brief description.
so when do you think the first human was? 360,000 years ago.
That's the earliest form anatomically
Man, I
modern
fucking love
human.
that. Great.
So,
great,
how much
great.
of Graham Hancock have you watched, listened to?
Who?
Graham Hancock.
Not at all. But I really want to understand
right.
this.
Okay.
Watch the-
for-
watch
just
the
for
Netflix
starters,
thing.
just watch Ancient Apocalypse.
Just watch the Netflix thing and then come and talk to me.
What's Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Ancient Apocalypse by
Apocalypse.
Graham Hancock. That was his thing.
Is that documentary or
Yeah.
series?
Watch
it's a
that.
documentary series.
Watch.
Cool, I'm in.
Watch that, and then watch Graham Hancock Graham Hancock on Joe Rogan, and then Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson.
And then
on-
read the 3 books that I've got upstairs.
Right.
And then tell me that.
I'll take the books, and also, like, I'm ignorant towards this. Like you guys know anyway. I'm just plucking figures out of thin air.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if the technology we have now has been discovered before.
No. But they probably had other technologies that we don't understand.
Yeah, like
Like
you know when
they
talk
think
about
sound waves.
So we've seen a few videos recently where you put, I don't know, say rice on a plate, on like a buzz, just a normal plate, and you put sound through it, and they
Like
form
vibrations.
different shapes.
Yeah,
They form
vibrations.
Yeah,
But they
they
form
form certain shapes and
actual
Oh,
patterns.
they didn't try.
They
and
make
They
certain
do.
patterns. If you vibrate
I've
at certain
seen it.
frequencies,
Yeah.
And it
and
comes
it
into like a
makes
pyramid and like a set
it makes
circle.
certain frequencies.
What did you
that
just
you
say?
do.
Makes a what?
It makes like a
pyramid.
like
Yeah, there we go. Right, so one of the theories is that everyone stood around chanting so fucking loud and everyone understood the energies of sound, and they would chant certain things, whatever it may be, whether it's fucking spells or fucking football chants
But
or
if you
fucking
go-
whatever it was.
No, but this is where this is a really.
Mate, I fucking love
no,
this.
but like people just been like, yeah, but if I go, oh, nothing moves. That's just
No,
like
no,
a
no,
really.
but I mean,
But
if
if
you
you've
get
got
to a
10,000
frequency,
people,
Yeah.
go,
yeah.
hmm.
You think like if you've got a football match and fucking you've
feel
got
that
60,000.
Like, you can hear bass from.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're at a football match and you've got 60,000 people and they all start chanting the same thing, that shit fucking, you feel that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
If
like,
you've got the same
when you're
amount
at a
of
gig, for
Yeah.
instance.
The only way I'm getting the pyramids built with sound is if I just blare Freebird over my Bluetooth speaker and I'll get all the boys going.
But what
I'm like, come on,
on-
boys,
on-
it's
on a-
Freebird.
On a
But what's-
Friday, on the way home
Yeah,
from work.
Friday on the way home from work. I'm like, come on, boys, we get this pyramid finished, we can go home. And they're like, come on, sweet, let's go.
But what I was getting
Freebird.
at was I get what you're saying. You can just project something down, no matter, like, everyone apparently needs a hierarchy, and back in them days, I think you needed a hierarchy that everyone fucking bows down to, hence why we have religion now. I think, personally, don't quote me on it, it's just my views.
You're wrong.
I think religion is mental. I think I saw a eunuch in the garden, and someone goes, "No, you didn't. How'd you know?"
Because he had his bollocks in his hand.
Because it's not real. Oh, okay. So the unicorn's not real, but the guy you bowed down to.
Oh, I thought you said eunuch, not unicorn.
I did wonder what you said about nutsack. I was like, what the fuck has that got to do with a unicorn?
I saw a eunuch in the garden. How do you know? Because he had his balls in his hand.
No, so I use religion and unicorns in the same thing. It's like there's something I'm not seeing. There's something I'm not seeing. It's like what? Like what's the difference?
Yeah.
Oh, because someone taught you something that you believe in, and I've been taught something that I believe in.
Can you do me a favour?
Yep.
At some point this weekend, can you watch Zeitgeist?
It's called past 12. What do you want to get in?
in?
Yeah, but so when you were saying when sounds, imagine a time when no one could have a language and you talk in a certain way or you just project.
But that's all we do
Like
now.
tribes, like.
Yeah, but that's all we do
But that's
now.
yeah,
If
but
you
we
think
different.
about
It's the
Yeah, but
same
we are
If
like
you
we
think
are
about
like
it, though.
commercialized
Yeah, no.
as a fucking
Yeah,
world
but this is the thing, Scott. Listen, right? We're making noises come out of our mouths. Yeah,
that we understand.
Me and you understand that, but so did the tribes back in the day. They made a noise out of their mouths, and that was what they spoke.
If you called me a cunt, I would take that and go, "Fuck, I felt that."
yeah,
Right?
Yeah, but that's because you understand the word. That's the
Yeah,
same
but
thing I
if-
was
if
saying
I
to
went-
Ross about the lyrics.
yes,
Yeah,
but
but
that
it's still
might have been
sound.
come
Yeah, that's
back
what I mean.
in the day.
No, I'm not disputing the fact that it isn't sound.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
just
no,
saying
but then
that's
but
what
then,
they
but they had
related
that
to.
language
but then
back in
that's
the
the
day.
same. It's the same concept. It's a language.
Yeah.
It's a language, a
Yeah,
way
no,
of
no.
communicating.
Yeah, no, I get that. To be fair, I don't know where I'm getting that.
Yeah, I don't
I don't know where you're going.
I don't know what your
Of the-
argument is.
of the-
You're arguing about English being different to like tribe language, but it's not.
I was
It's
actually
like the
trying to
same.
relate to sounds in guitar strings, or someone playing the drums, or someone playing the fucking keys. Like that's what I'm relating to.
Yeah.
Is a sound that we don't necessarily.
I just think sound as a force or as a sense or whatever,
Energy.
an energy is massively underplayed and not investigated into enough.
Yeah, I agree.
So like we use physical force, we use fucking thinking force, we use like whatever, but I don't think that sound is used
Not
its
in the
full
way. Not in the
potential.
way that
Look at
it could potentially be. Used.
Look at the way that you would get your endorphins from listening to a certain song
Yeah.
or a certain sound,
Yeah.
the same as you would get endorphins listening to a certain song or a certain sound,
Freebird.
and I would get my endorphins
Well,
listening
well,
to
there
a
we
certain
go.
song or a certain sound.
Could that not have just been a thing, like you said, like play Freebird on a Friday afternoon, get that pyramid fucking finished. Like you play me a nice angry song,
Job or not.
I'm getting that fucking thing done. You're not gonna get that if we sit down, smoke a spliff, and start listening to Dope Lemon.
Well, I don't know.
Two
that ain't
coming.
getting done.
Rome wasn't built in a day, but I bet you if they started playing Freebird over the fucking speakers.
Rome was built in a fucking day, mate. Stop lying to everyone. The Colosseum was done.
When that solo comes in, all the Romans just fucking.
Wait, we get the rest of the fucking bricks done, mate.
I didn't know the Romans were from the moon.